Turn around 3 times. Start shooting.
Exclusive black equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes. Personalize the way you see everything. And then conquer Exclusive black equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S-Switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes. Adjust the angle effortlessly for maximum comfort.
I've been waiting for so long. Now those feelings are so gone. I don't care what else goes on. We will take you away in the night when you see me, and I'm feeling free. Leave me to play.
We bring the heat, we bring the fire, we bring the dirt, we'll take you higher. We bring the heat, we bring the fire, we bring the dirt, we'll take you higher. We bring the heat, we bring the fire, we bring the dirt, we'll take you higher. We feel the place with our desire, face splitting, bass driven, gunfire.
Well, good evening, everybody. We're back after that one short day break from the live stream of the ESL India Premiership 2017 Summer Season Phase 3. Now we're on to the day 2 of the live stream, brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX, and Zowie by BenQ, and of course organized by the lovely folks at Not Gaming. For those who keep on wondering who I am, come on, get a grip, guys. We two phases down in the summer season already. My name's Vagish Goslebhan, and I'm your host of the ESL India Premiership. And right now, let's quickly take a look at the matches that are going to happen today. Alright, talking about the matches that are happening today, well, in the Clash Royale segment, that is the Clash Royale game, the best of 5, we have Mrinmoy Lakhar having a showdown against Prashant Pandey, whereas off stream we have Ruben versus Arpan Christian. Now, in Counter-Strike Global Offensive happening at 7 p.m, we have Team Brutality having a go against Team Entity Gaming, whereas off-stream we have Risky Gaming versus JMD Gaming. Now, in Dota 2, which happens at 8 p.m, now we have the Council versus Team Buriza, whereas off-stream we have Guline Gaming having a showdown against Entity Gaming. Well, that's the matchup for you guys today, but while we're at it, let's quickly take a look at the Masters League standings in Clash Royale, because that's the first game that's going to happen. Alright, talking about the Masters League standings of Clash Royale, since currently we're one day down, so it's apt that we tell you who's raking up all the points and who's not, considering a lot of people have still not come up with any scores because they haven't played any matches. So quickly, let's take you through this. Jimith is on top of the table with 3 points. He's played one match and he's won that one match. Ruben Dikuna is also in the second position. He's got 3 points. He's played one match and he has managed to win that solo match he's played so far. Now, Mrin Lakhar has again gone back to the same old story. Maybe it was not just the first match, maybe it was the second match this time around in the phase 3, because he's played 2 games, he's played two matches, and he's secured only 3 points. That means he's won one match out of the 2 matches he's played, and he's lost the other one. Now, Hasib Iqbal Nazir and Devil's Twin, Tahir Devil's Twin Sharif and Asoba, who are in the 4th, 5th, 6th position respectively, are yet to break even with any points because they are yet to play any games. Now, Arpan Christian has lost the only game he's played, so he is currently gracing the 7th position, whereas Prashant Pandey has secured the 8th position by totally losing out the only match he's played. His matches win-loss ratio is 0-1 because that's the only match he's played and he's lost it. He's got 0 points to his kitty. Now, a little bit about the players who are having a go at each other today. Now, Mrin Lakhar versus Prashant Pandey. Now, that's what's happening on stream for you guys in the best of 5 Clash Royale. Mrinmoy, you guys, everybody who's joining us on the Facebook page of ESL India and the YouTube gaming channel of ESL India should know a couple of these players by now, because these are the proest players from the Indian subcontinent taking part in India's largest open league tournament. Now, Mrin Lakhar hails from Guwahati. He's one of the top seeded players globally, and he won the Challenger 2 of the ESL India Premiership 2016 and the 2016 Masters of ESL India Premiership 2016 edition. And he stood second in the summer season phase 1 of ESL India Premiership 2017. He was placed 4th in the summer season phase 1 or phase 2 of the ESL India Premiership. And even though he won his first match, like I just exclaimed out loud when you guys heard me telling you who all are where in the Masters League standings, even though Mrin won his first match, he succumbed to defeat in his second game against Jimith, and he lost out to Prashant in phase 2. But will he be able to defeat him this time around? Because last time he faced Prashant, he lost to him. Whereas Prashant Pandey, now, he stood 5th in the Clash Royale Summer Season Phase 1 Master League, and he turned out to be a giant killer because he beat strong players such as Mrin and Devil's Twin and finished 1st in the Phase 2 of the Masters League. Now, he had an awful start to his Phase 3 campaign after Ruben beat him in his first match, but will he be able to beat Mrin once again, or will he succumb to Mrin Lakhar's pressure? We'll find out soon when Manoj, Supergola and Shaurya take us through the game through their casting. And remember, guys, anytime you guys feel the need to have a conversation, well, we are all here. The big, huge family of ESL India is there to speak to. All you got to do is tweet to us using our Twitter handle @ESL_India. India. And of course, you can go ahead, comment on the live stream of Facebook or the YouTube gaming live channel of ESL India Premiership. There's a live chat there. You can definitely have a conversation with us there. We'd be more than happy to guide you with whatever queries you have, with whatever thoughts you have or you want to share with us. So let's quickly, without wasting any more time, head into the first game for the Day 2 live stream of ESL IP, as I'd like to call it, ESL India Premiership 2017, Summer Season Phase 3. We have Clash Royale Best of 5.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to day 2 of the ESL India Premiership Summer Season Phase 3 daily stream. Man, that's a mouthful. I am Manoj Super Golda, and with me is...
Hey guys, shout it out. I really look at better game. That's just been like... So honestly, how I got that name was it is my default Xbox name. Like, you know, when you sign up...
Very bad story, very bad story. No, nobody wants to listen to that. You have a very bad name, it's too long, and it's a very bad story to go along
more
with
time telling people that than I did my story. So
yeah, because you know why? Because I'm really excited about this game. Guess who's playing? Mrin versus PP, the only two people to have beaten Hasib. I just want to get to this game as soon as possible.
Hasib did beat Mrin in the overall standings. But so right before the game, Gola was asking me, do you think they're playing a golem deck? And he said no. And I said yes.
No, this doesn't look like a golem deck. Prashant is playing a counter golem deck and Mrin is playing a ram. So I don't think there is a golem.
See, get schooled. Son.
What is
get
this?
Schooled.
Oh, Prashant, you betrayer! You betrayer!
I knew it was coming, man.
Prashant was supposed to be the chosen one, man. He was my brother.
You know what they say, right? You are the dire hero. You live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Yeah.
And that does seem to be the case with Prashant, very honestly. The Pekka coming out, that's one like they quick work with the golem.
Look at the four shots and the golem is down. 2 shots and not even 2 shots. 1 whack each to the golem.
Look at those bats, man, just getting some damage in. Look at that. Pekka's almost dead, obviously, and a big push coming out. Prashant, yeah, the executioner was pretty much the only thing to do. And the tornado, holding them in place. Pretty good play by Prashant over there. He played exactly what he needed to stop that push. I mean, look at that. He barely got 1 hit off in that down. We're going to see now the lightning come out soon enough if he has it in hand. That mixer connector is not exactly. And so Prashant, I mean, what do you think? Who do you think is going to win? Pretty even match so far, if you ask me, honestly.
Well, Prashant did consistently beat Mrin, And for some reason, I really do think he is going to take this matchup too. Even though he's sort of on the back step right here, when you look at
But I
Crowd
mean,
Tower
that's
HP.
fine actually, because that doesn't matter in this matchup. Because in this matchup, a golem deck is supposed to be on the back foot more than more than Mrin's deck. So Mrin's deck is basically a beat down deck, right? It does a lot of damage, and the golem deck shines in the overtime. Here is where we should see Prashant really make bigger pushes and all.
Dude, how much elixir was that went down on the left lane? Was that around 30 elixir? I saw
I have no
Pekka, I
idea.
saw.
That was insane. The amount of cards that we played then, Prashant's still coming out on top. He doesn't have the execution in hand, so this push is actually going to be a little annoying for him to stop. Yeah, the tornado needs to come out, but having no executioner there is going to hurt him. And he managed to cycle back the execution, although the witch does get lightning down.
I guess that was good for him too. The executioner did manage to evade the lightning. Now he's barreling on down the left lane.
Considering the caliber of the players, Prashant anyway knew to put the execution in a spot where it's not going to get lightning and not going to witch. So I don't think that was too much of a problem anyway to begin with. The logs being traded out over there, and the golem is not really going to get even a single hit off on the tower. Things are now becoming quite interesting. The two executioners down, the baby dragon is and the lightning coming out from Prashant. I'm surprised he's running a lightning on this thing. No, not that surprised, but he held it for so long. That's a little surprising. And this game, I think Prashant has it in the bag. See, I told you, he's just waiting for overtime. That's when his deck really shines. That's when greedier decks, that's what they do. They wait for overtime and then they go ham, basically. And that execution, it doesn't even matter.
No, it doesn't.
Exactly, it doesn't matter.
I was just about to say maybe Mrin would be able to defend it, but I just realized Prashant has a lightning.
It was basically lightning, lightning range. Even a log would have finished it off after that, I think.
So that was pretty close for the first couple of minutes, and then there was this huge battle on the left lane, but I guess ultimately Prashant did manage to push over in overtime and get the one crown tower that he needs. That's a pretty different combo than what we've seen so far. A Night Witch, a Pekka, as well as a Ram. I don't think we've seen that in the Premiership so far. What do you say?
Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, I don't know. I think these decks, like this game, I think was actually quite clean. Like it was good clash gameplay coming out from both sides over there. The thing is, Prashant was able to hold out plea overtime. That's when his deck is a little weak, and he actually played it really well. I mean, Mrin, I think that's why you saw that Prashant seemed like he was on the back foot. But when you play a greedy deck, like golem deck with high elixir cards,
you sort of have to sacrifice some of your tower's HP to get a good
exactly. That's what you do. You sacrifice some of your tower's HP essentially for tempo. I mean, if you sort of make the analogy over there. So there are lots of resources like in a game like Clash. I mean, there are a lot. They're defined resources. You have elixir that's replenishable. You have your tower's HP that's not replenishable, and you have your cards which are replenishable. So there are three resources. So that's the theory coming out here. So either you get an advantage in cards. Okay, that's when you play like low cost cycle decks. So you can get back your better cards faster. I mean, in Clash, there always will be some cards that are better, right? That's why you play cycle deck to get to the better
your deck is always based around like 1, 2, 3 star cards.
Exactly.
Those
That's
are
how
your
it
core
works.
Mechanics, right?
Exactly. So when you play low cost cards, you're just looking to cycle. I'm surprised actually how this game started. I don't know why Prashant just played this sort of naked executioner. Usually, like you see games like this start off much slower, And Prashant is playing a hog deck this time. That's very interesting. And oh my god,
the signature hog activation from Rin.
So that is actually how you perfectly activate the king card. So what you do is you don't want to pull the hog exactly
to the
king card. Yeah, because he gets a few hits
a little further apart so that it does have that little travel time and you only take 1 or 2 hits instead of 3 or 4.
Exactly. I mean, it doesn't really matter much, but in the long run, like if you keep doing that, I've never seen this, but I guess in the long run, you keep doing that and your king card might just fall, honestly. But standard. I mean, this match is off to a pretty standard start. Nothing really more than exciting coming out now. We see the ice that just get going by the long. It doesn't matter. 1 minute and a second.
That hog got us 3 hits on the tower on the right.
Yeah, that was a lot damage. Like this game, if I was Mrin, I'd be sweating a little bit, honestly.
Yeah, unfortunately for Mrin, he didn't have an elixir to play with. He couldn't defend the hog.
We haven't really seen all of Mrin's
cards, yeah.
Not just the cards. Okay, please. Was Mrin running a lightning in the last game? I don't quite remember honestly because the rest of the decks, a lightning and a tornado. I'm not sure if they were there.
Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah.
He was running. If I remember correctly, yeah, he was running. He did have lightning to take care of. I told you.
Oh
right?
yeah, he was running a lightning for the elixir collector. Yeah. But the tornado is what I don't remember, and the executioner actually. Maybe I'm just losing it. Yeah, that's fine. Two executioners meeting on the bridge. One gets hit by a log and one gets and the Pekka coming out to defend that push, but he might just. Oh, he's not going to get any. But that's 10 elixir, man, to defend a 6 elixir push. Although the Pekka is, of course, at full health, and Nightwitch is going to do that. So again, we talk about Nightwitch, just such a powerful, like disgustingly broken card, you know. Oh. So if you notice something that happened there when Prashant thinks his tornado, unfortunately the Pekka passed
that was a drive-by.
Yeah, that drive-by cost Prashant a lot actually because that Nightwitch hadn't taken a hit from the Pekka that meant that the Nightwitch was basically at full health.
Yeah, not only did he lose the Nightwitch pretty quickly, but the Ram on the left did manage to make contact with the tower. Now, that's why it's at 600 HP right now. But this lightning from Prashant did bring the tower down to 136 HP, which is enough for a
No,
and something.
It's not. It's quite. It's just
a log and something.
Yeah. It's quite not. Just not enough for a log.
40
And I
HP.
don't know why the good game coming out there. Oh, okay, he had
Because of that. Yeah. He was able to cycle it through quick enough. So looks like it's score is 2-0 for Prashant versus Min for today.
Really good gameplay coming out of Prashant, you know. Honestly, it doesn't seem like he's ever really flabbergasted or flummoxed or something. He's just in control all the time.
Well, technically, Prashant is above Mrin in standings, right?
Prashant, I think, topped the leaderboard, didn't he?
Yeah. No, I mean, what about the Clash Royale India rankings?
I don't know the Clash Royale India rankings.
Yeah,
I didn't even know they were.
I mean, he is consistently beating Mrin like we've seen now, but we'll only know.
Prashant was sort of a late bloomer, you know, like towards the start of the last phase, he wasn't really up there. But, you know, now he's just, I guess he's been really putting in some work and showing, you know, really good gameplay.
True. Like both these players have been with the ESL Premiership for a long time. And you know who else has been with us for a long time?
Yep, I do ask sponsors.
Yes. I just want to like mention that fact right out there. We wouldn't be able to do this with our title sponsor, which is Omen by HP, and we also have Zoe by BenQ and HyperX helping us at Nordwind Gaming bring this live to you every day. The ESL India Premiership 2017 summer season. Right now we're in phase 3, day 2, and I guess we're waiting on the players for starting game 3.
You guys need to come up with like an acronym, man. That's too long, honestly, to say every time.
ESL IP SS for summer season, phase 2, phase 3, P3, ESL IP SS P3. That doesn't sound.
No, that's not better. No, that's not. That's not better. But anyway, just waiting to go into game 3, and I think maybe really something.
Yeah, this would be really exciting if Mrin was able to take a couple of games off and we go into game 5. That would be nail-bitingly
so
close.
Mrin was actually not running a tornado. That's there. I knew his deck was slightly different. He was running a baby dragon and arrows, which he replaced with an executioner and a tornado for this game. The rest of his deck was the same. So yeah, I mean, it didn't do much better. Actually, Prashant is like, it doesn't really matter. Change our deck.
Okay, so we're jumping right into game 3. Mrin versus Prashant. Prashant is at the lead with 2 matches over Mrin right now. But
yeah,
let's see if Mrin can turn it around.
This could be in the end of this match. In fact, if Mrin can't really do something. And Prashant played the same deck again, I guess, the hot cycle deck. I was hoping he might go to a different deck because he switched that phase, right? Yeah. I mean,
activated right off the bat. That is great.
At this, at this level of play, I pretty much expect players to know how to make such plays accurately. And you just see over there, the damage to a bat really starts stacking up at some point. And there's also another form of aerial units. So ground unit actually summoning aerial units is not something you can exactly look for. And look at that, man. The bat's got the bowler down to less than half HP. It's quite something. Entirely sure it's that tornado.
Nah, they're not gonna have the graveyard. Okay, that's strange.
I'm betting that the last card in this deck is going to be poison. I'm sure it's poison. Yeah.
It
Yeah,
might
yeah,
not be poison though. Like I already see 2 spells in Rin's combo. Would a third spell really be worth it? I know. Like you do remember? I said on Monday that Mrin promised that he would play an all spell deck.
but that's no. I don't know how do you even win with an all spell deck, honestly. I mean, if it was spells and building, I can still understand, like no troops.
Yeah,
But the
that's what
all
leads me to
spell,
believe he was lying to me.
yes, I sure he was lying to you, bro. No, but we're going. I mean, dude, look at that. 600 HP on the tower, and Wayne is and Prashant's barely able to do anything. Like honestly, his deck is the poison. See, you just need to get better. You just need to get better. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, the this time, I mean, the tables are turned completely. I mean, Rin is the one who is like, who's got the tower down already, just 10 seconds into overtime.
No, we're still in just the last minute. It's just double elixir.
Yeah, oh yeah, I just meant.
But I don't think we'll be able to see overtime though. Like that bowler is doing a lot of damage to all the ground units. They won't be able to make it past.
The poison doing some work as well, just finishing off the bat. It's pretty strong. Yeah, I don't think Prashant can do much. 20 seconds is not really enough. He needs to defend this graveyard push over here. He can't. Okay, maybe he can ignore it, but
No,
really not gonna. Yeah.
That tornado is enough to bring it down, and he might even get a second tower right here, and he does.
Yeah, Prashant is just trying to go sort of all out, but that's not going to happen. And game 3 going to Mrin, so you're going to go one more game deeper here.
Come back, Israel, people, come back, Israel. So this is exciting. I guess I know my tone sort of betrays what I'm saying, but yeah, this is exciting. Prashant versus Mrin. These guys are what we talked about most during the last phase. Like, again, I have to mention this. They are the ones who defeated Hasib when Hasib was playing his Golem deck, and now they're
Now they are the Golem deck.
I really don't think we'll ever forget about Hasib and his deck, even on our deathbed, man. Especially when if we die in a fatal accident or something. You know what happens when your entire life flashes before your eyes, right? There will be 5 seconds dedicated to Hasib and his Golem deck in my mind. Like that is what my Minority Report will show you.
I mean, I don't know if you've seen the Minority Report, but the Minority Report only shows like a few seconds before a crime is committed, so way off based on the reference there. But sure.
Maybe I'm going to see Hasib play his Golem deck and win and get enraged and go kill somebody. I think that's what's going to happen.
Okay, maybe that. Sure. But,
so game 4 between Mim versus Prashant PP. The score is 2-1 in favor of Prashant right now, and he just put down an elixir character. Looks like he's went back to his Golem deck. Because that's what got him his easiest victory, right?
Yeah, that does seem to be the case. And that Goblin Gang is actually going to get a lot of work done because it is going to aggro the graveyard. Okay, I actually thought that the Goblin Gang would get more work done than that. I expected most of the skellies.
Well, they did take care of the knight, so I guess they did do a lot of work.
I mean, 3 leagues for 3 leagues is not really a lot of work, but sure, that it could be the case there. And
3 Musketeer deck, okay, so
quite interesting.
A 3 Musketeer heal deck.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't think the 3 Musketeer deck without heal really works as good as the 3 Musketeer.
Mrin is in some hot water right now, man. Like all 3 Musketeers are firing away.
Yeah, this is definitely problematic. Mrin has no elixir, and that is. Oh my god!
Looks like Mrin has just given him permission to get a 3 crown victory, and that's exactly what Prashant is going to do.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to finish off that tower, but there was nothing Mrin could do there. He just didn't have the elixir required.
Yeah. I don't think he expected the 3 elixir, 3 Musketeer and heal to come out. There was just no way he could deal with that. He doesn't even have lightning. Now that he's revealed all of his cards, he doesn't even have lightning. What is he going to do now?
Yeah, he doesn't really need lightning. Actually,
he does.
He does need lightning because the poison doesn't do anything. You can out-heal the poison. I mean, he just needs to defend and sort of make the same pushes he's going to make with graveyard and poison, and just hope the chip damage is enough. Thankfully, he does have the execution of Bola, as you can see, which are going to get a lot of AoE damage. I'm surprised that the heal came out and it came out so late. Oh my
No, but
god, that was a perfect heal, honestly. Wow. And that was actually really good. I thought that the bowler might actually push the Musketeers out the heal.
Hey, 3 crown
Range,
victory
but
incoming.
I don't think he's going to be 3 crown.
It is. Look at that night witch.
Yeah,
Look
there
at that
was.
night witch.
I mean, you know what? I don't think Prashant has put down more than one elixir collector. He just
Look
hasn't
at
needed to.
aggressive 3 musketeers. Will they be able to get a couple of hits onto the tower before time runs out? Otherwise, this is just going to be a 1 crown victory. Maybe
Honestly,
really pushing for it.
Dude, Prashant just needs to spam like the log. Just spam log, bro. What are you doing? Just cycle your cards, spam log. The tower's almost get the 3 crown victory, satisfy us. But I don't think
No, not enough time. 5 seconds left. This is going to be a victory for Prashant, but not as spectacular as it could have been.
Yeah, but I mean, it's definitely spectacular in its own right, though.
Oh yeah, he used the 3 musketeer and heal combo versus Mrin and won. Okay, so that is pretty spectacular.
So on the flip side, we saw I think Light Yagami it was during the relegation matches playing a 3 musketeers with heal deck. And he didn't play nearly as well. And Prashant showing us how it's done. I'm actually watching the match because I just want to see the moment the 3 musketeers come down along with the heal.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, nobody was expecting that. And that heal did so much, man.
Every single time that he used it, it was on point.
It was. I mean, it out-healed the poison and the tornado as well as the musketeers getting hit by the bowler, man. That was insane value. That one play won Prashant the game. That was it. When that happened, he just got such a massive advantage that there was just nothing he can do. Yeah, it was insane. Honestly, like
little bit of player talk right after the match. Prashant has just said his whole entire body sort of shakes with excitement whenever he plays with Brid.
I'm just going to quote because I think the essence is sort of lost in Gold's translation.
Okay, bye Jabko.
Bye
you do
what is BHO here? What is BHO here? That's all I don't know.
I think that's BHI Jabbi.
Oh, okay. भाई जब भी खेलता हूँ तेरे से पूरी बॉडी शेक करने लग जाती है. Oh man. Prashant actually giving Mrin the sort of respect that he deserves. But really, I mean, honestly, that last game, I don't think there was anything Mrin could do. The deck is running, right? What does he?
Well,
He doesn't
that was definitely a proper counter to what Mrin was playing. Like he just got outdrafted, I guess. Prashant now starting to
pretty much.
Prashant basically just won the game before it started. He started reading Sun Tzu, Art of War and stuff.
Prashant's like, yeah, dude, half the battle is won if you prepare ahead of the fight. There's some mind games coming up. But, I mean, serious stuff. The reason that the deck was hard counter was because the threats that Mrin was running, right, in terms of Guard, Poison, Tornado, Bowler, Executioner, none of them hit hard in one go. None of them can, like, one-shot the Musketeer. And if you can't one-shot those Musketeers, that heal is going to get insane value.
Like, you have to get them below a certain point, right? The best worst case scenario you can hope for the best worst case scenario you can hope for if you don't kill the Musketeers in one shot is your tower will kill them in one shot, but even then they'll get off 4 hits, and that is pretty dangerous.
I mean, if you have some combo, right, to get it off, then it's still fine, because like if you have if you have like the poison plus the bowler and the log, as long as you can like take them down, as long as the heal doesn't out heal, then you're still okay. But I don't think that Mrin actually had like a way to kill those 3 Musketeers, and that just demolished him.
Not against those heals. Not against those perfectly placed heals. That's what.
Those are really good heals. I mean, that whole game played really well by Prashant, and really, I think I'm really starting to like his play. And definitely, I think Prashant is going to be the guy that I'm going to back from now on. Honestly, that's just such good play coming out.
Dude, you are such a Manchester United fan. Just jump on the winning bandwagon.
I'm actually a Chelsea fan, and I actually didn't know any of the players who I started. So I actually take offense to it.
It's almost 7 o'clock. So thank you guys for watching the cast. Thank you guys for watching the ESL India Premiership. But stay tuned. We're gonna have some CSGO and then some Dota 2 action coming your way. I am Manoj Supergolda, and I have a lot of fun casting for you. And with me was.
I don't know why we introduced ourselves twice.
I just like.
Fans.
It's okay. So, guys, stay tuned. We're going to hand you over back to our host, Vagish Godslayer Bhan. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.
Well, it just so seems like Mrinz's troublesome days are not yet over. Phase 3 Day 2 live stream of the ESL India Premiership 2017 summer season has brought us to this day when we see Mrinmoy Lakhar suffering another defeat by the hands of our self-touted Prashant Pandey, the giant killer. 3-1, the final scoreline reads in favor of Prashant Pandey, and he goes home with a victory in hand and a broad smile on his face. Well done, lads. Well done indeed. What a great show of the best of 5 of Clash Royale. Now, moving on to the thick of things, everybody joining us on the Facebook page of ESL India and the YouTube gaming channel of ESL India Premiership, I welcome you all with open arms because you've just joined us pretty much right in time, but slightly delayed because you could have joined us when the best of 5 Clash Royale was happening. But it's okay, happens, delays always happen. But considering now you're part of the gang and the party, well, let's quickly begin the game which is coming out just about now. The live stream, that is a Counter-Strike Global Offensive match. It's a kind of a derby match because it's Team Brutality versus Entity Gaming. Now, before we go off into who these teams are and who these players are, let's quickly take a look at the standings of the Masters League of Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Alright, talking about the standings of the Counter-Strike Global Offensive game in the Masters League, just like in Clash Royale, a lot of teams, rather in this case, 2 teams are yet to break even with any points because they're yet to play any matches. So, talking quickly about the teams who have already faced off against the opposition, whoever they were. So, the rankings are so far as follows. Entity Gaming stands on top of the list with 3 points, 1 match played, that too a victory, whereas second position is taken by Risky Gaming, 3 points, 1 match played, and that 1 match was a victory. Now, Brutality has already suffered 2 defeats. They've played 1 defeat. They played 2 matches, and they've only secured 3 points out of them because they won the 1 match they played out of the 2, and they lost the other 1. Now, apart from Brutality, Semperex has pretty much the same story to share because they're in the 4th position with 3 points in their kitty and 2 matches played, out of which 1 was a loss, 1 was a victory. Now, Dare to Dream and Team Wolf, which are respectively on the 5th and 6th position, they are yet to break even with any points as such because they have not had any games to garner them any points. Whereas at the bottom rungs, we have JMD Gaming in the 7th position and Game for Glory in the 8th position respectively. They have secured 0 points out of the 1 match they've played each because those 1-1 matches were losses for both of them. Now, since we now know who all are where in the Masters League standings, let's quickly take a look at the teams having a showdown today against each other. Now, we have Team Brutality versus Entity Gaming happening today, and it's going to be kind of like a derby match of sorts because Team Brutality and Entity Gaming games are widely looked forward to by the Indian gaming community, rather the Indian Counter-Strike community. Now, talking about Team Brutality versus Entity Gaming. Brutality first. Now, they are a Mumbai-based team like their competitors, Entity Gaming, and they are one of the most popular and recognized teams in the country. Now, Brutality's fan base is unrivaled by any other CSGO team so far in the Indian subcontinent because they have been playing since the 1.6 days and they have secured that kind of a fame and following. In fact, one of their star players, Ankit Vanampanth, is pretty much well-renowned across the gaming community as not just a gamer, but a great model as well. Now, moving on, the Team Brutality is led by Arjun Yuvanta Kanpal, and they have added former Destructive 5 players, Pranay Bhatia and Kunal Pexer Bhatia to the roster. Now, Team Brutality placed 7th according to the ESL India Premiership 2017 CSGO Masters ranking. Back when they started their Phase 1, they survived the relegation playoff scenes at the end of Phase 1. They secured a great position in the Phase 2 and they returned stronger. And they beat strong teams such as Entity Gaming and Dare to Dream convincingly, and they finished their Phase 2 campaign with a 2nd place finish, unlike their Phase 1 where they were 7th. Now, in Phase 3, the team has already played 2 games, of which it has won 1 game and lost the other 1, and they have managed to get the better of Entity Gaming in Phase 2. So, will it be able to replicate the feat once again? We'll find that out because Entity Gaming, their opposition, the Mumbai-based team, the other Mumbai-based team, they are made up of former members of Team Invictus. They're led by Simar Sai Sethi, and the team has been quite consistent in the Indian esports scene. Now, Entity Gaming has had a strong presence in the ESL India Premiership 2017 Summer Season Phase 1, where they faced an only loss against Risky Gaming, the UAE behemoth, and it resulted in them sitting in the second place. They faced a surprise defeat at the start of the Phase 2 campaign, where they were beaten convincingly by Team Brutality, and in the next game they managed to pick up the pace and finished third. So will they be able to stave off Brutality in this game against their competition, or will it be history repeating again? We'll find out soon enough, and our chief Fair takes us through the game of Counter-Strike Global Offensive. This is the 5v5 Guns and Glory action, man. We are going to be literally riveted to our seats when we see both these teams having a go at each other. So quickly, guys, if you're joining us on the Facebook page of ESL India and the YouTube gaming channel of ESL India, hold on to your seats. This is going to be a joyride.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for yet another exciting game of Counter-Strike. Today's game is going to be played between Entity Esports, or Entity Gaming as they're now being called, and Team Brutality. Now, Team Brutality, as everybody knows, is India's most beloved and favorite team. They're the crowd favorites going into any game, any tournament, anywhere in the country. And then we have Entity Gaming. Entity Gaming being India's most, well, the most stacked roster in India on paper, and they've proven it time and time again. Although they did lose to Team Brutality in Phase 2 of the Masters Division. So this is going to be a very, very well fought out and competitive game of Counter-Strike. It's on Cash, a map that Brutality is not really comfortable in, and it looks like they're going to be making a beeline for the B-bomb side early on. There's just A-Star over here defending, the lone defender over the B-bomb side. He's made his way into checkers. He's already spotted out Juventa. He's going to tap away over the white box. Oh, and he's completely blinded. He's going to get rushed, and unfortunately not able to land a single kill. And playing retake over by the B bomb side is a very curious decision, but they have pushed here. Entity, they're already on the retake. Excali making his way towards Beacons, and he spots out Juventa, and what a nice shot to end Juventa's round there. There we go, a 4v4 retake, and 3 players over in the bomb side. Those are not, let's just say those are unconventional post plants. And yeah, Ace has made his way into the bomb side as well. He spots out both the players and tapping away, and he goes down. And now it's all down to Venom, the old man, the captain himself, and he gets 1 kill. But then Ribby's there to clean up the round, and Ribby gonna go rescue the kit, and will have enough time to stick the defuse as well. Pretty hectic pistol round. As I said, it is gonna be a brawler here. It's gonna be a brawl. It's gonna be a very, very hard fought out game between these two teams. The two stalwarts of Indian CS, Brutality, one of the oldest names in Indian Counter-Strike, and Entity, currently one of the best teams in India. Alright, so Entity pick up the pistol round, but you can never count Brutality out on a force buy, and they're going to force it up. They're going to go for the AK-47 on Waz and Rix, and Venom will go with the WMP, and the WMP and the Tech 9. Alright, so this buy can actually catch Entity off guard. I don't think they're prepared for it, to be very honest. That plant allowing them to buy into this round. Yes, they have limited utility, but they still have 2 smokes and 2 flashbangs, so they can go for somewhat semi-execute over by the A or the B bomb site, and they can catch both the defenders there off guard, to be very honest. Alrighty, so it is looking like it's going to be an A hit. All 5 players are slowly making their way over towards the A bomb site. Wait, nope. The bomb is rotating now ever so slowly towards B. They've made some noise over by A main, so that's kept 3 players rooted on the spot. And there's Waz, who's going to play distraction as the bomb makes its way towards the B bomb site. There we go. Waz lets down a smoke. Hasn't let off a single shot yet, so that they can still catch these Entity players off guard. Oh, look at that though. It's going to be a pincered B hit. And yeah, look at that. They're going to make their way in towards the B bomb site. And yeah, now the rotations are coming in earnest. A-Star going to be the first line of contact. He's playing from within the site. Flashes come raining out. They don't have the Molotov necessary to, completely flush him out of his spot. But there we go. A-Star picking up one, picking up two. And oh, Sai gets a kill. And now that leaves, I think that's Venom all alone in the bomb site. The bomb will go down, so that's extra money. In the meantime, Buzz does fall on the flank. And Ribby finds the kill onto Venom. So not really what they would have had in mind with this force by here entity, but they will be able to recover both the AK-47s, and I think Ace would want to upgrade to a FAMAS that's been dropped at the back of the site by A-Star. Alright, Ace is not interested in upgrading. He's still happy with... Oh no, there we go. Picks up the AK-47 as well. So that's a lot of money saved from entity as well. They just lost one person, upgraded their rifles. Now they can go into the full buy, and... Ace might just want to continue with his SMG. Okay, he's also going into the rifle buy. So they're not going to give them any quarters. Entity not going to show brutality, any mercy. So yeah, it is going to get exciting, folks. And this is going to be more or less, pistol upgrade. They have one P252 Tech 9s and two Deagles to work with. Venom does have armor, but never count Rix and Juventa out with the Deagle. They are capable of hitting some nasty shots with that hand cannon and Excali. They're spotting out, was spraying away through the smoke. Does land a couple of shots. Juventa taking damage elsewhere, and Pexter just get tagged down. His little toe gets tickled by one of the stray bullets from Excali. Spray down there. And oh, what a masterful flashbang there from Excali, catching everybody square in the face. Now there's 3 players over by the A bomb site, although Ace is still focused towards mid, and this A hit is going to be coming out in full force. They still have a couple of flashbangs to work with, make that one. Oh, there was a team flash coming out from Sai. And both Sai and Excali. Oh, Sai gets the first kill on a Rix. Can he get the second? Oh, almost gets it. Excali completely whited out, and there we go. He picks up exactly where Ace left off. A nice brace for him to see off this one. No, actually, the brace went to Ace. And yeah, pretty good A hold again. All 5 players surviving. And this is what I find curious. Cash historically hasn't been, not historically, off late hasn't been one of the maps that Brutality prefer letting through. It is more or less one of their first bans. And playing that against Entity, where it is one of their stronger maps in my opinion, it kind of comes off as a bit curious. And Entity, I'm pretty sure they'll be reeling from that defeat they suffered at the hands of Brutality last time. And this is a buy coming out, and look at that aggressive play coming out from Entity towards the B bomb site. And so what that allowed them to do is have Ribby posted up in Sunroom. That allows them so much control over the B bomb site. They can actually focus their attentions over towards A now and mid. They really don't need to worry about the B bomb site just based off of Ribby's positioning. And that's exactly what it does. See, that early aggression forces Brutality completely off the A bomb site and forces them towards B. And that's a very good pick by Ace over towards mid. Excali, A-Star now just spotting towards quad, jump spotting. He's gonna flash himself out. It's gonna catch one player. Oh, he spots out Juventa, but now they know that he's playing towards NBK. That Molotov is gonna flesh him out of his position, and there we go. Pexter does pick up the kill, and down goes Sai. Sai does pick up one kill in return, but now it all comes down to Ace in the bomb site. Oh, Venom, the nasty shot, and now the full retake needs to come in. Bomb will go down. It's 2v2 retake, very, very doable, and Venom falling a bit too soon, but he has done the damage for the round. He's gotten one kill and done a ton of damage over towards Excali. Oh, Juventa, you really needed to get that kill because Excali was already oh so low. But Ribby just playing that off angle over by E-Box. Juventa not expecting someone to be at that very angle at that very specific moment. And there we go, 4 rounds on the board for Entity, and their money is looking absolutely atrocious right now. By atrocious, I mean it in the very best of senses. You have Sai on 10k, Ribby on 10k. Well, they will buy down, so Ace is going to go down to $50. But the buy are coming out of Brutality. Okay, so it is going to be another armor AK buy with limited utility because of the bomb plant that they managed to do. Managed to get. So, yeah. Still at least being able to, muster up a rifle and a smoke buy. And this time, no aggression coming out from Entity. They've kind of let off. They might be expecting a force buy coming out from Brutality. By force buy, I mean, they forced up. They don't have any utility to work with. So Oh, Pexer opening things up with a nice kill onto Excali. The first player to fall over towards white box in mid. And now they're going to change their focus all the way back towards the A bomb side. And Sai getting boosted up in shout box. And he's going to fall back and let this position, go for another round, save it. But in the meantime, Ace is playing very aggressive over by Forklift. That Molotov's going to delay the push for a couple of seconds, maybe at the best, but Venom's already making his way and pushing towards. Oh, that flashbang. Ace just not timing it right. He's going to blind himself, leaving Sai all alone in a one. Oh, against 3 very angry and very well armed. Ace is going to flash himself through, again catching the bulk of that flash on his face, and I don't think Rix. Oh, okay. Ribby almost making his way past Rix, but there were 3 other players on the bomb site, and Venom with the double kill secures the first round for Team Brutality. But yeah, Entity have enough money to buy into this round, especially because of the amount of money that Ribby and Sai are sitting on. So they will be able to buy into this round with the utmost of ease, but this is going to start putting a lot of pressure on the CT economy. Yeah, they will not be able to afford another buy in the next round. And if Entity would have learned anything from their previous meeting with Brutality, it would be not to take them lightly and not to keep force buying into rounds, so brazenly is the word I'm looking for. Because last time they met on Inferno, Entity ecoed 1 round. That was their total rounds ecoed. And that really came to bite them in the butt later on, because they just never had enough money going into their gun rounds. They'd always be working with limited utility. They'd always be working with, half buys and, crap buys. And oh, Ace spots out Venom, who'd been boosted up out of red, but now Pexer has been boosted up as well. And Ace spots out the dome of Pexer's head. But Pexer does manage to scalp Sai in return. So even trades going through and through, but Pexer has taken a lot of damage. Ribby also has managed to take some damage. Ace and Ribby both a bit hurt in their altercations with the T's, but definitely Brutality a bit worse for the wear in this exchange. And A-Star is in a horrible position right now. He can get addressed from Checkers. He's not really spotting it. Does he have support in the form of Excali? Yes, he does. Gets one. Can he get another? Almost. But now it's again down to a 2v2. Both Rix and Was are a little hurt. The HP definitely favors them, but that smoke, can he get something with the smoke? Ace does land a tag onto Was through the smoke bomb, yet to go down. And now the rotation is coming in. Was is marking vents like a hawk. Oh, takes his sights away, and oh, Ribby almost whiffing that. Almost. Now they know where Rix is playing from. They can just double team him, gang up, but they almost line up. But there we go. Ace cleans up that round. Losing 3 rifles, they're not the best of situations, but Brutality, their money, they got the bomb down, they will be able to buy into the next round. In fact, they'll be going into the next round with a better buy than Brutality, or is that the case? No, it won't. So Excali can get dropped a gun, and so can Ace. Yeah. So this will be a very even round in terms of the buy, most of the case, because Venom is still very poor. He's on $2,700. And yeah, there we go. He's gone for the armor Ump, while Juventa has gone with the armor Galil. So still, Entity coming up a little bit ahead in terms of the buy. They have all the rifles. They have the AWP out onto Ribby. Curious that Sai hasn't picked up the op. He is one of the best oppers in the country, if not the best. And I really think that a map like Cash, with Sai's superior sense of positioning and game sense, he would be a very, very deadly opper on this map. Alrighty, Sai again pushing up. Amin might get flashed in by his teammate, and yeah, that's exactly what happens. That's very good information gained, and now the boost coming out in mid presence, very, very neutered from Entity. Now they're going to be making their way. That's going to be A-Star who's going to be making his way towards, Connector. He's just going to play the edge of the smoke, but Entity more than happy to relinquish mid control to Brutality for the time being, at least for this round. There we go, the B pincer coming in. Ribby needs to make his way towards safety. He's gonna get spotted out. Oh, Was gets the kill onto Ace in the meantime over by mid, and Ribby missing some very easy shots. It's all coming down to A-Star, and he's gonna get pincered very soon. Oh, 2 bullets left, needs to reload. Somehow it's down to a 3v2 in favor of Entity, even though in the entire round it looked like it's gonna be Brutality's round, Brutality's bomb site take easily. But well, it looks like Entity just managed to pull something out of the box and out of the hat. And there we go, 6 rounds on the board for Brutality and for Entity, and they managed to keep 3 members alive in that round somehow. So the way that round was progressing, it seemed like Brutality had the drop on Entity. Entity was denied information towards mid. They didn't know what was up. But that one kill on, I think, not Excali, that one kill over in mid, I think Ace was fell towards mid, just prompted something in Entity that they crashed into the B bombs. That rotation was super quick to happen. And now it's going to be just a pistol buy. They've all bunched up around A, and Juventa taking a ton of damage through squeaky spam, and there he goes. I cleans up that kill, and now it's going to come down to Excali on the A bomb side to stop this very imminent play towards the A bomb side. Sai picks up the bomb carrier. That's going to be huge. But yeah, there we go. Excali just going huge again with the brace. Excali picking up a double kill in the previous round, and now it all comes down to Rix with a P250. So, well, Rix doesn't really have much of a hope in this round. The P250 at range, possibly one of the least accurate weapons in the game, and Ace just jumping out. Good trigger discipline being shown by Rix, but at that range, I would have just started taking the pot shots as early as possible. And Rix turns around and ends Rix. Sorry, Ace turns around and ends Rix. Alrighty, 7-1 is the score for Entity. This is the exact scoreboard that was on Inferno, but favoring Brutality when these two teams met in the previous iteration of ESL Masters, that is the Phase 2. This time on Cash, however, the story is very, very different. And Entity are actually kind of schooling Brutality on how to play this map. And look at that. Mid aggression, a lot of presence out by mid. Dez was making his way into vents already. Oh, Sai needs to be careful. He's out in the open. And he gets completely decimated. And Ace is burning alive. I think this might be the second round that Brutality pick up, because with a 2-man advantage, Brutality really shouldn't be throwing this. And Excali has pushed up A mains and picked up 1 kill. In the meantime, A-Star is going to spray away but not land any kills whatsoever. Excali, though, his position has been found out, and they're going to wrap around from highway here, Brutality. And Excali needs to be very careful. They know exactly where Excali is playing from, and down he goes. And down goes Ribby with the AWP. Alrighty, Brutality put their second round on the board, and in a pretty convincing manner. That explosive mid-take was exactly what the doctor ordered for Brutality. They switched things up, switched up the pace, and lo and behold, it's their second round on the board. Alrighty. By coming out from both teams. Oh, Juventa getting dinked through the doors. Sai's spam has been absolutely on point these two previous few rounds. And again, it looks like it's going to be an A hit. 3 players over in Squeaky. Yeah, there are 3 players over in Squeaky. And there's 3 players marking that very angle. Or at least the A bomb side. There's a very heavy presence from Entity also towards the A bomb side. And there we go. They catch them. Oh, Excali missing an easy spray down, but their side to the rescue. Finally, Waz does pick up the kill. But I think it's a little too late, because there we go. Ace picks up the kill onto Waz. Juventa goes down to A-Star. That nade's going to land plump on the lap of 2 Entity players. But now it all comes down to Rix with the AWP, and he's not able to salvage much with the big green gun. He goes down to Ace as well. Ace with the brace. I love when sentences rhyme, words rhyme, because I love me some puns and, limericks and stuff like that. Big words, I know, but yeah. Oh, God. Entity pretty dominant so far in this matchup against Team Brutality, which brings me back to my initial point, why Cash? We all know that Brutality isn't really comfortable on Cash. At least off late, they haven't shown much on Cash. They lost to Team Wolf. That's the only time I've seen them play it. And yeah, they generally tend to avoid this map. So what can Brutality do? They have changed up the pace a couple of rounds, and those are the rounds that they have seen success in. And every time they kind of take it slow, kind of take it measured, try to go for the executes, the set plays, it doesn't necessarily pan out, be it the A bomb side or the B bomb side. Entity have their rotations on point. Entity have had their aim on point. Definitely, no one is here to mess around, and that's kind of reflecting in the scoreboard. A stars on 7 kills, Ace, Excali, and Sai all on 10 kills apiece. Ribby's the only one who's sitting at 5 kills, but then again, they've rarely ever hit the B bomb side, and that's where Ribby has been playing. And even the one round that they did, Ribby kind of fluffed his shots. That's inexcusable, but it happens. It happens to the best of us. So what can Brutality do to change it? Frankly, I think if Brutality are going to go this slow, I'd like them to slow it down a little bit more. Play defaults for the first 50 seconds of the round. You get 1 minute 55 seconds on the clock. Play defaults, watch for pushes, because Entity is a team that really loves to take the game to their opponents and push and aggress. They have explosive players like A Star and Excali, and once unleashed, these players can be very, very deadly. So I'd say you go for, early mid control in terms of, not in terms of body, but just positional play. Just deny Entity any positional advantage. Use your Molotovs early mid round to gain the positional advantage, and Molotov off vents, and then either, fake towards B, go A. So there's a lot you can do on cash. Like right now, I like the default that's coming out from Brutality. They're kind of spread out, but there's trade potential towards mid. There's trade potential. That's about it. But at least they're denying map control to Entity, and they're getting a lot of information as well. You went up here over towards A main. Pretty good position, not a position that's often checked if there is someone pushing A main. So this can actually work out in Brutality's favor. But this round, it doesn't look like Entity are in any mood to aggress. And there we go. Juventa does pick up the first kill, but there's Sai with the AWP. Gets him as he's trying to retreat. Man advantage neutralized, but still, somewhat the advantage will lie with the T's, because they can now actually bunch up and group up and hit a site together. And Ribby and A-Star. But the B-bomb side, A-Star sprays away, gets one, does a ton of damage over towards the other aggressing T's, but A-Star needs to dance around triple box now, and there Venom does pick him up. Now it's down to a 3v3. Venom will recover the AK-47 as well. That's been dropped by A-Star over towards the site. And this retake needs to be crisp and clean. Oh, Pexer getting the drop onto Ribby. And now Sai all alone. Pexer getting the kill onto Ace as well. Wow, Pexer's just been unleashed this round. He's already on a 2k. Can he find the last one? He's already going back. But Sai, just look at this man. This man's awareness is just next level. Venom does spot him out though. Takes a lick of damage. Not really anything to write home about. But he's going to go save. Try and do as much economic damage as possible. And then maybe regroup in the next round. Yeah. Entity will have a hard time buying in the next round. That's why Sai is doing as much economic damage as possible to give them as much of a chance as possible. So Ace can buy up, Sai can drop, and A-Star can buy up. Ribby might have to go with an armor pistol. Okay then. Ribby does go with the armor pistol. It's kind of the only option available with Entity at the point, because Sai did save an AWP, so they would like to bring it and give it as much chance as possible. This time Excali is gonna take up the position that Juventa did the previous round. Not gonna spot anyone and smartly falls back. He knows that his team is not on the best of buys in terms of the utility, so he needs to stay alive and keep his rifle alive. He is a rifle player, so can't really go away dying cheaply. In the meantime, again, mid control has been wrestled away from Entity Esports. So map control is something that Entity are more than happy to give us, but look at this. Ribby getting flashed out, does spot out Venom. Buzz is gonna aggress in on him. There is another player, Excali, and he gets the kill. Ribby in the meantime completely whiffing his spray, and Excali falls to Pexer as well. Okay, then now the A side is completely ripe for the taking. They're gonna get pincered here. He's gonna get pincered very soon, and down goes Ace as well. Venom with a nasty flick shot onto his face. And Sai, yet again, I think he's just gonna fall back and save. So will A-Star. They need to keep these rifles alive. Because they are going to go into an eco next round. There's no two ways about it. They're going to get $1,900 apiece for losing this round. And finally, Brutality showing us what they're capable of. And yet again, that mid-control play where they aggressively take mid-control with 3 bodies, it has worked out for them for 2 rounds now. And I think Brutality might just favor this going forward. Yeah. So the save does come in. A-Star also managing to recover an AK-47. And please, Entity Eco. I don't really understand why Sai bought up so much, $2,400. He's going to get 36 in the next round. Should they lose this? And I mean, stranger things have happened in Counter-Strike where, these buys actually did win. But not a big fan of the fact that they're upgrading here. Ace on $1,600. Excali can still afford that buy of that CZ buy. But again, like I said, not a big fan of this force. Not a force semi buy up, the pistol buy up. Oh, they start getting stuck at Squeaky of all places. And he's going to have support in the form of Ribby as he pushes Squeaky. And can A-Star spot anyone out? Sai opening things up with a quick kill onto Juventa. They know they're on an eco, and A-Star gets one, gets two, they're all caught napping, and everybody's dead. A-Star with a 3K in that round. What just happened? How did that happen even? What? Well. Match has been paused because, Venom did drop out of the server. But I don't think that round can be replayed because kills had already come in. Interesting. Will the round be replayed is the question. I mean, Venom, they're saying that Venom did lag, but I mean, the Sai had already gotten the opening kill. And Brutality did dot stop. That means that both teams need to dot stop for the round to be replayed, but I don't think Entity will be in any mood to replay that round, especially considering the fact that they absolutely wrecked Brutality that round. That double aggression over towards B bomb site as well as towards the A bomb site from Squeaky. Brutality had no answer for it whatsoever, and they all just fell like flies. But then the curious thing is they did dot stop and no one reacted to A-Star peeking Squeaky and just picking up the easiest 3K of his life. So I think we'll be waiting till this mess gets sorted out. So we just wait. And in the meantime, what did Entity do right that round? Well, frankly, that aggression from Sai at B mains, again, that wasn't done up till ever since the second round. Second round was when when Entity aggressed into B mains and got that early B control, the entire B main control. And then this round, it was with the AWP, and no one was expecting it. They were a bit lax, Brutality, while heading towards B main, and that's what allowed Sai to get the drop onto Juventa. And that aggression, they kind of switched off. And I think it was aided by the fact that, Venom lagged out. But here's the thing, right? The kill had already come through. Juventa had already died to Ace, to Sai. So I don't know whether the round will be replayed. Interesting. But yet again, I'm still trying to figure out why Brutality picked Cash against Entity of all teams. Like, you played against a TMG, that's understandable. TMG really honestly have a map pool of 1.5 if you consider overpass CT side. But like, against Entity, a team that regularly drills and plays 8 hours of CS, serious CS a day, not pugging. They don't pug much anymore. Most of the time they're actually playing scrims, working on their strats, watching demos. Yeah, and I don't think the round will be replayed. So there we go. 9-4 is the score to Entity Esports, Entity Gaming. And we're going to go into the 14th round, the penultimate round of the first half with, well, Brutality on a force buy. They have 1 smoke, 3 flashbangs, 3 AK-47s, and 2 Tech 9 and armor across the board to work with. And no, Cash is neither a T or a CT side map. It's a very balanced map. And oh, Ace does a ton of damage over in mid. Rix is he's literally on his deathbed. He's on 1 point of health. And yet again, it's that aggressive mid play. This time Ace though was ready, inflicted a ton of damage, and that nade's gonna go sailing in, and oh, just misses Venom. So Cash is one of the most balanced maps in the game. The win-loss for most structured teams at the top level of Counter-Strike is more or less 50-50. So it's very difficult to call whether it's the CT or a T-sided map. And there we go. We see Venom bombarding in. He's not going to check Jacob though. And Ribby is getting one of the easiest kills of his entire career. And in the meantime, the T's have made their way onto the A bomb site. Oh, Excali completely blinded. Sai pops out, gets Juventa and Rix, and Excali cleans things up with the final kill onto Wuz. Keeping 4 players alive, that is going to be crucial because their money isn't that good. And now because they kept 4 players alive, they can easily drop that 4th player a rifle in the final round of the half. While on the flip side, Brutality are going to go completely broke. And yeah, they're going to have the absolute worst buy possible. And look at that, a fast play towards the B bomb site. And Ribby, I think he will spot out this play towards the B bomb site. He's inspecting his knife, but Ribby's gonna be in for the perfect flank. Gets 1, gets 2, spray transfers, gets 3. And can he get the 4th? Oh, unfortunately, no. That is gonna go towards Juventa. But Ace has already made his way towards the B bomb site. The flank's already in, but Juventa, the bomb's dropped. He can't really go for it right now because, well, there's 3 players just watching him like a hawk. There's Excali over towards Checkers, spotting it. Mid is being covered by Sai, and Ace is covering B mains, and he picks up the final kill. Ribby, somehow his position went unchecked that round in Checkers, and he just mowed them down. A 3K from that position, you don't see that every day, to be very honest. And not because Ribby did something special, some very good positional play. It just wasn't checked, and he got all the information, relayed it to his teammates. The rotation came immediately, and Entity saw off that half pretty convincingly at 11-4. All right, what do Entity have for us on their pistol round, and what will Brutality bring to the table as their pistol strat? Okay, so aggression up mid by Rix. This is one of possibly the safest round to push mid in because, you know, of the lack of utility. But then if you're going to push mid, you're going to get into Glock range and get Glocked in the face, and that's exactly what happens. Ace turning around, but there is Venom for the refrag. Even Stevens 4-4, but A-Star is pushing up, tapping away with the Glock, but Venom does a ton of damage and into burst mode. A-Star missing his entire clip, and there's Juventa on the rotate, on the flank, and it's now going to come down to a 2v4 retake. This should not go Entity's way by any stretch of the imagination. It's a very good Molotov to force Excali out. And Ribby's all alone, and he's been smoked off as well. Buzz does have a kit, and Ribby can't do really much from that point onwards. Venom with a quick brace, so is Pexer. And, well, Entity kind of shot themselves in the foot there. Alrighty, so the bomb did go down and Entity doing the conventional thing. They're just going to go with P250s, a fast play towards the A-bomb site. And yeah, there we go. They're going to get mowed down as they walk in. Pexer, the quickest and simplest spray down of his life. And Brutality put 6 rounds on the board, but now the guns are going to come out. The AK-47s. Excali going with the UMP just so that he can have provide some support with the utility. So not the best of buys, and Brutality were prepared for this second round buy-up from Entity, which is why they went with the FAMAS's pretty viable weapon, given the UMP nerf of late. So they're gonna just stick with it. They have 2 M4s and 3 FAMAS's going forward. The weaponry definitely favors Entity with the 5 AK-47s, but the utility usage is absolutely abysmal. The utility count is absolutely abysmal, and A-Star just walking out casually, not really checking close, and he's gonna pay for it with his life. Rick's getting the drop on towards him, but now they know where Rix is playing from, but he does have support in the form of Venom. And the counter boost coming in. I like this counter aggression from Brutality. They're not rolling over and dying, and there's no one really spotting this counter boost, and Rix can just literally climb up and get at least a couple of kills right now. But he's just going to play here passively. There's just one player. That's going to be Pexer over by the A-bomb side. Sai spots him out, but missing his spray. Finally gets the kill. In the meantime, the quick flank. Oh, Rix lines it up, but Ace turns around. He's so quick on the draw. Brings it down to 3v3, but Sai is so very low. But now they can't really execute because, well, Ribby just got shot in the side of the face while he lined up that smoke. So now they're going to switch things up, go towards the B-bomb side, but look at this, Juventa, he's hearing all of this. He's hearing this whole push because, well, it's not like they're keeping silent, and he's going to be playing close in. Checkers, angle not commonly checked, and there we go. Juventa gets the kill and makes his way out and gets the kill onto Ace as well, and Excali. Well, Juventa. He's here to play. 7 rounds on the board for Brutality, and now Entity will have to eco in earnest. Okay then, Brutality. They've just upped it up a notch. They've just completely turned around, up their game, and now Entity need to dig deep and try and switch to another gear, a higher gear preferably, and not just sit on their laurels and think that they're going to get a simple walkover. That's not what Brutality is. Brutality is all about the fight. They always showcase such determination, such grit, and which is why they've cemented such, you know, a fan base and so much love, secured so much love and respect in the hearts of their fans. Again, Rix playing close up mid. And it's not like Entity can really do anything. They don't really have a buy to go in. And there we go. Excali pops out and Rix, easy peasy, flicks up. Here's Excali and ends his life. In the meantime, Bomb is just going to casually go strolling out into the middle of A. Oh, getting decapitated through the smoke there. And there we go. Ace falls to Pexer. And now it's all down to Ribby, who falls to Venom. Okay then. Was just letting off some steam, happily bunny hopping over by the B-bomb site. Not having much to do in the previous few rounds. And well, Entity now finally going to go in with the buy. They can get a decent amount of utility under their belt as well. So this is going to be the round that Entity actually breaks this Brutality stronghold that they've managed to develop over the past 4 rounds. Yep, they've won. Brutality have strung the previous 4 rounds together, so they have the momentum going for them. CS, as much as it's a tactical and aim-based game, it is also a very momentum-heavy game. And look at this aggression up. BN Rix gets the drop onto Ribby. They're just doing exactly what Entity did to them and just returning it tenfold in kind. And Entity just getting caught with their pants down over and over again. And there we go. The man disadvantage coming in, and literally no map advantage or any kind of information plays coming out from Entity. And now Vaz is gonna go in. He's gonna face a lot of trouble. Does find manage the kill onto A-Star, but He's still alone, and there we go. Ace with a quick double kill to even out the numbers advantage, which was going for the CTs. And Excali gets the kill onto Venom. It's going to come down to a 2v2 retake. And Pexer just waiting for support coming in from Juventa, and they're going to go into together. In the meantime, the post plans are as decent as they can be with the two-man, the two players that are surviving, and Pexer losing his head instantly to Excali. Excali has really shown up to this map, and look at those 2 quick headshots to end the round and finally break the Brutality momentum. But they lose 3 players in doing so. That's going to mean that they're not going to have all the money they want in terms of the guns and the utility to go into the next round. And we might see Ribby picking up a Galil. Ribby not really showing up this map and just dying very cheaply over and over again. Match has been paused. I think it is a tactical pause. Yeah, a tactical pause coming in from Entity. They really need to break the momentum, and this is the perfect time to do it. In fact, that's a very good usage of the pause. So Brutality were on a roll. They break the streak, and then they go for the time. They go for the timeout. So what this is going to do is, it's really good. Like, it shouldn't, but it somehow these are the mind games that come out in Counter-Strike, right? So they going to break the momentum in terms of the round, in terms of the gameplay, and as well as they're going to take some time off, calm their nerves themselves, Entity, and just go into the next round as fresh as possible, just with a different outlook. And maybe, in the meantime, they will obviously discuss some strats so that, they can just recuperate from the 4 rounds that they've lost in a row to Brutality. And frankly, Brutality's CT side so far has kind of impressed me. The aggression that they've been bringing to the table has really worked for them. It was unfortunate that previous round that they relinquished that early man advantage that they managed to secure. And that primarily came down to Ace and Excali just hitting some amazing shots. Excali in the post plant and Ace with the entries, they were just on point. And when you go up against aim like that and you come up short, there's not really much you can do, because tactically Brutality were on point. In terms of the setup, in terms of the tactics, there was very little to fault Brutality there. It just, at the end of the day, came down to raw aim. And that's where Entity have always been, they've always had the upper hand. They have, the NA, sorry, they have the raw aimers, they have the raw firepower in Ace, A-Star, Excali, Sai, and Ribby with the brains. And now it's a mid-execute coming out from Entity Esports. And Venom is going to spot over the smoke, but they're going to make their way in towards Vents. Ace taking a ton of nade damage in the beginning of the round, and Venom going to now go venturing forth, try and push the smoke, but there's already a very heavy B presence, and Juventa, Venom, Rix, all just chiming in with extremely fast kills, and that round is over in a flash. Okay then, Entity, that timeout really didn't work at all. Absolutely not working out. Brutality just picking things up where they left off, and what a beautiful hold. They got the perfect read on Entity there. The moment they saw the mid smokes come out, there were 3 players waiting in aggressive positions in the B-bomb side. And now it's going to be, well, just a pistol buy-up. There's gonna not even a pistol buy-up. There's 2 players on Glocks. Well, that's Sai, and he goes down to Was wielding the big green gun this time. It's double op setup, and Was needs to be careful. That Molotov, missing the shot onto Excali, but Juventa's there to clean up, and Juventa's just racking them kills left, right, and center. Rix chimes in with a kill of his own, and so does Was. A 2k for Was and Juventa a piece, and Rix gets a piece of the pie as well. Okay then. Entity slowly seeing their round leads just vanish in front of their eyes. They're gonna go in for a force with the armor. They're gonna armor pistol it up, everyone except Sai. Understandably so, he's saving up for the AWP. Okay, he also goes for the armor pistol. They've lost 2 rounds in a row. They're gonna get 2400 in the next round. So there's gonna be, if Sai wants to pick up the AWP, he's gonna have to go glass cannon. not the best, in my opinion, when you're on the T side. And yet another pause coming out this time. Yeah, it's a technical pause. Venom is lagging again. Something's wrong with his internet. He lagged out that one round when they were on the T side, where A-Star just picked up the crazy. Well, it should have been a 4K, but Venom lagged out, so that killed. He lagged out of the server before he could technically die. So A-Star ended up with the 3K. But, well, Brutality have shown that they do bring something to the table on cash. Seems like they've drilled it quite a bit. While their T side is still severely lacking and there's a lot of scope for improvement, their CT side has really been impressive up till this point. They've aggressed. They've had a very good lead. They've got a very good read on what Entity is going to do, especially on their T side. Every time Entity go for a side execute, there's something that Brutality bring to the table that it's just the anti-play towards Entity, to what Entity's planning to do. Like last time in the gun round, Entity smoked off mid, the mid wall came out, and they really had no information going for them, Brutality, apart from the fact that Venom heard the vents being popped. And they just gambled. They stacked 3 players over towards the B bomb side, and they were fairly advanced as well, and they set up the perfect crossfires just at B main. And now it's going to be a fast play towards the A bomb side. It's all going to come down to Pexer, who gets flashed, and that these pistols in the close range, so deadly. And Ribby and Xcali finding 2 kills apiece on the entry, and that's going to bring it down to a 3v4, 3v5 retake. Xcali managed to recover an M4, and A-Star with the AWP. A-Star might want to pass that on towards Sai, but Sai is so very far, and A-Star already. He's a very good aimer, he's a pretty potent aimer, and so he should be able to op pretty easily. And this retake is going to be a tall order. They also have kind of expunged with all of their utility as well, Brutality. Ooh. Sai picks up Venom, Sai picks up Wuz. Sai is just going on a tear right now. Sai finally does fall to Juventa, and A-Star is in the site. He's gonna rattle away shots at Juventa, and Juventa falls. So, Entity, okay, again, the fast plays. That has been the bane of both these CT sides, Entity as well as Brutality, whenever they were on their CT side. When Brutality tried the fast explosive play, they won it. And this time, Entity tried the fast play, and they win it. So, I mean, well, you can just allow, I guess, the thing that both these teams should take away from this map is that neither team are very comfortable when they're not allowed to settle in on their CT side. So the fast plays are actually going to help them a lot more. And look at that, A-Star getting the pick onto Rix. He's bombarding in mid, checking out all the angles, clearing them out. He's already been caught off guard once. So he's like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So he's not going to get caught off guard twice. And man advantage with the tease, and that's immediately restored by Wuz. Parity getting restored. Very good flick from Wuz onto Ace. 4v4 yet again. Pexer, the lone defender over by the A-bomb side. Again, I don't know what they're basing these reads off of, but look at that. Bomb is in Sunroom, and there's 2 players in the B-bomb side. We do have Venom now finally rotating towards the A-bomb side because of the fact that, well, Pexer just spotted 1 player over towards A-main. And again, pretty good read, but they're still pretty split up. It's a 2-2 split from the CTs, and it looks like it's going to be an A hit from Entity. There's still 40 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of time to play with. But, I mean, they need to start rotating. I think the rotation calls have been a bit late to come out from Brutality, and finally we do see the rotation coming in from Wuz, but they've already made their way onto the A-bomb side, and down goes Pexer, and Venom is completely white. Wuz does manage to land the kill onto Sai, though. He's going to rattle off a few shots through the smoke and make his way towards safety. He has spotted out A-Star. A-Star needs to be careful. If he peeks it from that angle, he's more or less a dead man. It's a dead man walking. And Juventa is so very low, and down goes Wuz, and down goes Juventa, both to the AK-47 of A-Star. I think he got them all in one spray down. And A-Star with the ace that round. I did not notice that, but A-Star, this man, once unleashed, is almost unplayable. acing the previous round to put the 14th round on the board for Entity. And that was just glorious play coming in from A-Star that round. Just prays through the smoke. It's quite a heavy mid presence, and Rix needs to be careful. He can get caught in that spray, and in the meantime, A-Star's again gonna get boosted up. He knows that there's presence in mid, so he needs to be careful. It is a force buy coming in from Brutality. They've bought down to their last dollars. Yeah, they're pretty much money wrecked by now. So if Entity wins this, they're pretty much gonna walk away with the game. Oh, A-Star spotting out the posterior of Waz, and a double spray down to start off, following his ace from the previous round. A-Star, just once he gets going, is what I'm trying to say. And well, two-man advantage. This is looking very bleak for the CTs indeed. And Juventus spots out Ribby. Ribby's had a very quiet game thus far, but he hasn't need to. When A-Star is hitting shots like that and going absolutely ham, and look at that. Sai is just waiting for the opportune moment. Gets one kill, but Venom is there to trade out Pexer, but it's too little too late in my opinion. And there we go, Venom with a double kill for this round. He's very low, but he's doing as much damage as possible. But at this point in time, it's not economic damage that's going to win them any favors or any points. They have to get the rounds, and well, Brutality seem to have just run out of rounds to play for. It's still 15-10, it's still doable. They have to go in for the force buy, and we know that Brutality are the masters of the force buy. They have won so many rounds they've pulled back so many rounds from the very brink of defeat over and over again throughout the course of these two previous phases, that I can never count Brutality out when they're on a force buy. They are a tour de force when it comes to half buys and force buys, and that's exactly what you'd call this, a very half force buy. Yeah, a half force buy. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, look at that. Rick's doing a ton of damage over to A-Star. Immediately, he's falling back. Mid control will have to be relinquished. They don't really have the necessary firepower. And Pexer picks up Sai. That's going to be huge. They've pushed up Squeaky, gotten a lot of information, and managed to recover a rifle as well. Pexer with the AK-47. And Ace, he's sitting here in mid, and Waz is just going to walk casually in his crosshairs. Rick's going to rattle off a shot to the scout. Needs to be careful. Ace is just praying away in that one spot. And the B hit coming in finally. Juventa with the deagle. What can he do? Pexer does find A-Star. A-Star was very low in the beginning, and Juventa gets a shot onto Excali. Rix falls to Ace. And now it's all down to Ribby, who does find Juventa's deagle as his sweet resting place. And like I said, yet again, Brutality are the masters of the force buy. They are simply it's inexplicable how they manage it, but I'm not going to question great things. That was a great round coming out from Brutality. Alrighty. So Entity, more or less bought down. They'll be forcing the next round if they lose this. But they have a pretty good buy going into this round. It's going to be a full buy against a full buy. And they've kind of slowed down the pace again. Like, getting caught off guard with that squeaky push. They're going to clear it out. They're going to be methodical. And that's going to actually end up playing into the hands of Brutality if all things considered. Because, let's be honest, from what we've seen, it's only been the fast plays that have worked out for both these teams when they explode out onto the bomb site. When they give Brutality some time to think about it, their reads have been more or less immaculate. More or less immaculate. But you never know. It is Counter-Strike. It's all based on that. It's just something intangible. Look at that. Like right now, the read is coming out that it's going to be a B play. They've put 3 players out onto the B bomb site, but it looks like it's going to be an A hit, and it is, for all intents and purposes, going to be an A hit, and it's all going to come down to Venom because there's no one in the vicinity. Finally, we do see Texer making his way back in towards the A bomb site. It's a 3-man B stack. They have kind of gambled, but now again the rotation coming in. We do see Sai having made his way out on towards Forklift. The smoke's coming in, and it's going to be a very, very hectic cluster of bodies. And trades going in left, right, and center. A-Star already picking up 2. Ribby and Sai chiming in with kills of their own, and now it's all going to come down to Wuz in a 1v3 retake. Oh, he spots out Sai's donk and gives it a nice love tap. Doesn't manage to land the kill though. So you really need to seal the deal in that case, Wuz. Those are the rules of Tinder. If you're going to smack somebody in the backside, you better seal the deal. There we go. Finally, he seals the deal. Sai getting picked up by Wuz. Brings it down to a 1v2, but there's Ribby and Wuz. Rest in peace, my friend. You tried. It was a valiant game, valiant effort. 16-11, it ends in the favor of Entity Esports. And that's all she wrote for Brutality. Sadly, they did show a lot of spirit in Cash. Not their favorite map, not their best map either. But still, they did put up a very, very good fight. Anyway, folks, that's all from me from my side for today. See you again tomorrow evening, 7 p.m. sharp for yet more amazing Counter-Strike action. Until then, goodbye and have a great night.
What an absolutely riveting match there between Brutality and Entity Gaming. We now know that Entity Gaming has secured its second win in the Phase 3 of the ESL India Premiership 2017 Summer Season Day 2 live stream, people. Now, Brutality tried with that flutter of a comeback like mid-game, but sadly they couldn't come up. The maximum they could reach was 11 by the end of it. Entity Gaming had secured 16 points and 16-11 in Entity Gaming's favor. I'm pretty sure Sid Joshi and the gang is going to have a gala night tonight, considering it's Bombay, and every night is gala night in Bombay. Well, everybody who's joining us on the Facebook page of ESL India and the YouTube gaming channel of ESL India, I welcome you all. Tad bit late if you just joined us now. Later on, when the Hullabaloo gets done post Dota 2, which is the upcoming game, well, you can probably go ahead and see the CSGO match on the Clash Royale Best of 5 later on. But for now, moving on, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to the ESL India Premiership 2017 Summer Seasons' Day 2 live stream. Phase 3 is going on right about now. And this has been brought to you by HyperX, Omen by HP, and Zawi by BenQ, and of course organized by the lovely folks at Northern Gaming. Now, moving on, the 5v5 MOBA awaits us. It's a match between Team Buriza and the Council from Bangladesh. But before we move off into who these teams and players are, we'll quickly take a quick look at the Dota 2 Masters League standings. Alright, talking about the Masters League standings of Dota 2 currently, we have Buriza leading the pack with 3 points to their name out of the one match they've played. They won that match. Entity Gaming follows close second with the same story, 3 points, 1 match played, 1 victory. Go Figure Red, on the other hand, has suffered a defeat out of the 2 matches they've played, so they have only managed to secure the 3rd position with 3 points. Now, the Council is again in the 4th position. Just like Go Figure Red, they have 3 points to their name out of the 2 matches played. 1 is a win, 1 is a loss. Now, 3C4DA is yet to break even with any points in the 5th position, and so does Aggressive 5. So they are snug in the 5th and 6th positions, whereas White Unicorn is again in the 7th position, and they are yet to break even with any points whatsoever. Whereas Gulan Gaming, the team from Pakistan, has suffered 2 major defeats back-to-back in a row because they have failed to secure any points in this Masters League out of the 2 matches played, and they are at a 2-match loss deficit. Now, moving on, we have the Council having a showdown against Team Buriza. Now, a little bit about the Council. If you guys remember, if you were a part of the ESL India Premiership last year, you would remember them as a champions of Challenger 2 in Bengaluru. They came in third in the ESL India Premiership Masters 2016. And this team is led by Rahib Animal Reza. It's an international team because they hail from Bangladesh. And they, like I said, they won the Challenger 2. They were one of the top 4 Dota 2 teams at the 2016 Masters. And talking about the current status, considering the summer season is going on, in the summer season phase 1, the team was placed 5th in the Dota 2 Masters League, whereas they completed their phase 2 campaign with 12 points and a 4th place finish. Now, they are looking forward to having a much better scoreline and a much better ranking here. So, they have had a mixed start to their phase 3 campaign. They won one game, they lost one game. They have 3 points in the kitty, which is a pretty much safe position considering phase 3 is just begun right about now. But sooner or later, they will have to pull up their socks if they want to achieve better rankings. Because facing them, Team Buriza, now they're a Hyderabad-based team, which is led by Gaurav Helm G. Anand. They have put up many strong performances in Dota 2 Challenger League, and they were placed second in the recent summer season phase 1 Challenger League. They had entered the phase 2 Masters League after beating teams XRG and Kuroko no Doto. Now, their run in the phase 2 Master League was not so fortunate as the team was placed 6th, and a win was awarded to them in the first match after Team Goal Line Gaming failed to turn up. Now, last time around, they were defeated by the Council. However, we wonder if the team manages to turn the tides in their favor and defeat the Council, considering the last time they faced off against each other, it was not a pretty sight for Team Buriza. Maybe this time around it'll be a different story. Vivek Venkatraman joins us for this game as the caster, and everybody joining us on the Facebook page of ESL India and YouTube Gaming, hold on to your seats. This is going to be some crazy match. Once again, people, this is the ESL India Premiership 2017 Summer Season Phase 3 Day 2 live stream. And what's about now? It's Dota 2.
Make the ground shake.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ESL India Premiership. This is Phase 3, the Masters League as it's known. And today we've got the Council from Bangladesh facing off versus Team Buriza from India, primarily Hyderabad. The Council, they have already caused one big upset where they did manage to snatch a game away from Go Figure Red, who were third in Phase 2. Let's see if they have any more upsets up their sleeve. Team Buriza, they've been a team that's gone through a fair bit of shifts. They had Dinu Bish playing for them in between, the popular Dota streamer. Now they have Zedis Bug from Beyond Infinity stepping in to play the 5, I imagine, with Venom going to be on the forward role, NGA going to the off lane, and Clown K going to the... Clown K goes to the mid lane. And Easy or 420 as he's known, will be going to the safe lane. So yeah, small shuffle coming out from Team Buriza, but the Council are they aren't any different. I mean, they've stuck together as 5, but they've kept rotating the positions that the players play usually. So now you have That's going back to the 1 position. You have Len staying on the mid lane. You also have Jin being that a devastating foe that he is. And Closer is now the hard 5 with Animal, the captain, going to the off lane. They apparently held their own versus Entity yesterday, at least for the first 20 odd minutes. This is what I was told. Unfortunately, Tuesday is an off-stream day, so we couldn't stream that game. But yeah, if any of you have the ticket, you can get your eyes on the match ID and check out the replay. Council, looking at their bans so far, you got the Legion Commander as well as the Nyx. The Nyx ban so early on makes me wonder if they're thinking about something like an OD or a Storm themselves. Team Buriza, they're banning out meta heroes, but they're also going to do a quick swerve and ban out Jin's infamous Visage, which absolutely wrecked Go Figure earlier on in the week. They're going to go with the Darks here. This is going to be Animal on the Darks here if they are sticking to the positions. It's a good opening pick. You don't give away anything. You should be more or less self-sustainable in the lane if you're a Darks here. Okay, hold on.
5 seconds.
Why is... Okay, there you go. Yeah, so pick up the Darks. It's a relatively safe off-lane pick. You can't go too wrong. You should be fine in your lane once you manage to hit level 2 and you got the Surge as well. Team Buriza, what are they going to draft in the safe lane that can help deal with the Darks here? They picked up the Slada, who's an all-round good foe to have. Are they going to go for something conventional like the Jakiro? Both Jakiro and Slada were quite popular picks in the Nesso Galaxy battles, at least in the SEA qualifiers. They could also pick up the Oracle. But they're going to pick up the Lifestealer early on instead. Team Buriza, heavy commitment to the Infest Bomb. The question is, are they going to follow this up with the Clown Case Storm Spirit? In that case, the Council, I'm not so sure if they're extremely pleased with their first phase Nyx ban, because it is one of the better counters to the Storm Spirit, unless the Council pick it up themselves. Not expecting them to pick it up so early on, but they're going to pick up the Disruptor. So they got some good follow-up to the Vacuum coming out from the Dark. So you can, if you're lucky, you can drop a Static Storm and a Kinetic Field on top. Or it can even work the other way, where Darkseum makes up for a bad positioning and sucks the enemies back into the Static Storm. Team Buriza, next set of bans, I wouldn't honestly mind a Kunkka ban here.
5 seconds.
Kunkka's a decent fourth. He can offer a fair bit of teamfight AoE with the Darks here, but it's unlikely that we'll see a Kunkka ban. It's even more unlikely that we might see Council pick it up. For now, I guess Team Buriza should be looking to ban out cores that can do well versus the Lifestealer. Slark being one of them. Slark also one of those heroes that Deaths does play a fair bit in the position 1. They're going to ban out the Earth Spirit. So they are trying to shut down Jin with their bans. I mean, Jin does play the Earth Spirit, but I'm not sure if he's up there to, well, get a respect ban just for his plays on the Earth Spirit. Council,
10 seconds.
the question is, are you going to let the Storm through? Do you feel you have enough lockdown for the Storm? Don't ban out the SF, okay? First pick after this next set of bans goes to Team Buriza. So they're probably thinking of banning out heroes that might end up countering their next pick. If you look at it that way, the Earth Spirit makes a little bit more sense, right? Geomagnetic Grip, you could possibly lock down Storm. Does take a fair bit of skill, but it can be done.
Reserve time.
All of this is me assuming that Team Buriza want to pick up the Storm Spirit, because, I mean, it's one of Clown K's go-to heroes. They're buying up the Slark, which is, as I pointed out earlier, one of Death's comfort picks, and also one of those heroes that does rather well versus the Lifestealer. Can kite him around and keep stealing stats and going to work on the Lifestealer. Council, removing heroes that provide a certain ease of execution here. They remove the Warlock, and it's fairly simple. You drop the Golem, you get the Fatal Bonds, and you're doing a whole lot of work in team fight. Although there was a cooldown nerf, if I'm not mistaken, it's now 180 seconds to get a drop on the Golem, or 170, something like that. You've also got an increase in mana cost. So you would ideally like to have Arcane Boots, or maybe just the Mango every now and then once you hit 6 if you're the Warlock. Team Buriza, they're looking for a hard 5. They could do Crystal Maiden, but if you pick up the Crystal Maiden, you are sort of telegraphing that you want to pick up the Storm. It doesn't have to be, but it could be a Storm Spirit that follows up the Crystal Maiden pick. You could also pick an offlaner here, which isn't too bad. offlaners in the pool. Well, you got both the Legion and the Knicks getting banned out. You also got Bristleback getting banned out by Team Buriza themselves. So what's an offlaner that you'd really like now?
Skywrath Mage.
Well, you don't pick an offlaner. Instead, you pick the Skywrath Mage, who I'm guessing is going to be the hard 5 year. It's unlikely that we're going to see a mid Skywrath Mage coming out from Team Buriza. It is something that the council do run a fair bit. And maybe Buriza just want to give them a taste of their own medicine.
10 seconds remaining.
There is a fair bit of burst potential coming up from Buriza. Infest Bomb into Crush, and maybe even get a Mystic Flare on top. And you should be able to bring down any of the heroes on the side of the council. Also, Concussive Shot has more range to work with, if I'm not mistaken. That was one of the changes in the patch. Atos is a much stronger item. The build-up makes a lot more sense on Skywrath now. You aren't getting the int that you would get earlier on, but you are getting the root, which is inactive, which is always good. And you're also getting a little bit of strength as well. The council, they're picking up the Naga Siren. It looks like they're taking a page out of OG's playbook here. Song into Static Storm could be absolutely disastrous for Team Buriza, and maybe even follow that up with a Vacuum Wall.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm not sure if this is going to be a mid storm or a safe lane storm,
5
a mid Naga Siren or a safe lane Naga Siren, because I haven't seen Deaths play the Naga Siren. I haven't even seen Len play the Naga Siren. And considering the decent bit of micro that's involved on the Naga Siren, we might even see a support Naga Siren coming out from Jin here. It is rare. It's not happened for a while. Last time I remember this was EGM during TI3, where Naga Siren had a little bit more move speed, as well as Riptide doing a little bit more damage and a slightly longer cast range. So you just walk up to the enemy offlaner, use Riptide, trade hits rather effectively.
Templar
And
Assassin.
Song is always good to disrupt the team fight. It is something that you want once our Team Buriza initiate with the slaughter. Maybe take a step back, regroup, and get the fight started on your own terms instead. The council, their response to the Templar Assassin is the Queen of Pain pickup. Len on this hero is absolutely devastating. I remember him doing fairly well versus the Archmage in the mid lane. At 23 minutes, he had a Bloodthorn. That was a little bit of overkill. But he is a beast on the Queen of Pain. And he's got a fair amount of AoE lockdown as well coming out from the Darkseer, the Disruptor, the Naga Siren, only to help him land those Sonic Waves. He should be fine in the lane versus the Templar Assassin. Should do quite well, actually. Shadow Strike does burn through Infused Raindrops quite effectively as well. So it's going to be a hard time in the mid lane for Templar Assassin. And a lot of it is going to come down to the rotations coming out from the Slada and the Skywrath Mage. Last ban for the council. They're going to ban out the Puck. We've all been seeing what's going on in the offlane at the epicenter. I mean, we've seen S4 Puck, we've seen Universe Puck, and of course, there's Sumail playing the classic mid lane Puck.
10 seconds remaining.
Council last pick.
5 seconds
I
remaining.
want to believe this is a support Naga Siren. They're going to pick up the core now.
Reserve time.
They need a little bit of physical DPS. I mean, Naga Siren is not going to be providing it until later on. They need some way to deal with the Lifestealer. You got Luna in the pool, you got Ursa as well, but what the council really feel like? I mean, Juggernaut has gone ignored. Once again, okay, there you go.
Dire
Nothing makes sense anymore. So, who's the 4 here? Disruptor's the hard 5. Is this a greedy 4 in the from the axe coming out from the council?
10 seconds remaining.
because I haven't seen a core axe,
5
and
seconds remaining.
a core Naga Siren is just more believable than a core axe. Team Buriza, they're going to round up the draft with the Magnus, so they've got a fair bit of team fight themselves. And right now, Dets has selected the axe. And Jin has selected the Naga Siren. Jin is the 4. That's at least the last game I saw the council in, he played the 1 position. Closer's been relegated to the hard 5. You got Animal on the 3. Interesting lineup coming in from the council. They've got a lot of team fight, a lot of setup for team fight. They've got a fair bit of magical damage. Maybe as the game goes later and later, Naga Siren can provide some physical damage. They've got the end snare to control the life stealer.
5 seconds remaining.
But yeah, a rather one-dimensional draft coming out from the council here. Heavily team fight centric. That's 1,000 battle pass levels. That's ridiculous. I heard to buy 200 battle pass levels, you need to spend 5,000 rupees. And 200, 245, you need to spend 5,000. I'm not sure if it's 245 or 645. But yeah, either way, the match just makes it a lot more worse when you think about it in Bangladeshi rupees. Quick look at my settings. And we're good to go. Okay, we loaded into a pause for no reason at all. Speaking of, there was I mean, the most justified pause happened today at Epicenter. I mean, Yapsor was hospitalized in the middle of the game. I don't know what happened. There are no further details, but yeah, you can check out most common esports websites and find out about this. Anywho, we have a pause for no reason. Nobody's hospitalized just yet, but I'm going to run through the lineups here. We've got Jin playing the Naga Siren, and this is indeed a support Naga Siren. For you started off with a Windlace, a Smoke, a couple of Tangos, and a Clarity. You got the Captain or Animal on the Ducks here. That's playing the Axe, Queen of Pain in the hands of Len, Disruptor being played by Closer. On the other side of the river, for Team Buriza, we've got Venom playing the Slaughter, Lifestealer in the hands of Easy, Helm GA playing the Magnus, going to that off lane, Zedis Bug playing the Skywrath Mage, and that leaves us with K or Clown K on the Temporal Assassin. I'm a bit worried for the council here, because if this game goes later and later, Team Buriza are always going to have the upper edge. The council really need to get a good start in the early game and snowball off that and try and end this game by the 35-minute mark. Beyond that, Templar Assassin and the Lifestealer, they're always going to scale a whole lot more better than a Queen of Pain and an Axe. Also, I guess this is something the council have practiced a fair bit. Picking such a teamfight heavy lineup, it must have worked for them in the past. So I'm pretty confident picking it up now. I would have preferred to see a conventional safe laner coming up from the council, but they went for the Axe instead. It is Lockdown versus the Lifestealer, but it doesn't fill up that void of pure physical DPS which the council are missing at the moment. Maybe Queen of Pain, if she goes into a slightly more right-click heavy build, she could provide that DPS. But there's no way she keeps up with a Lifestealer and a Temporal Assassin. So the pressure in the early game definitely on the council. And yeah, let's take a quick look at their vision. There you go. Got one more looking at the rune, looking at rotations coming in for the Queen of Pain. Got one more looking at the bounty rune as well. While what's Team Buriza's vision looking like? Yeah, one more looking at the off lane, one more deep in the mid lane. And yeah, this ward is getting pinged out. Not sure if the council know about this. They do sense it indeed. Len already a deny to his name. It looks like he got the D ward off. Clown K is playing with a disadvantage. And yeah, this is a lane that I do see Len coming out on top. Support Naga, how's she doing? She's got the Riptide. Also kind of worrisome that Lifestealer, if he gets the rage off at the right time, that song will have no effect on him. And GA started with the Shockwave. Went for the PMS with very few consumables. Guess he had a few more because I did see him being brought down to less than half HP, but he did recover. Animal getting closer and closer to his level 2. So that's gonna allow him to contest the lane a little bit as an offlaner. Naga, what's she up to? And she's just waiting to steal the bounty rune. Venom on the Slara trying to do the same. Maybe steal the bounty rune. He does have the crush. He's not going to use it. So both foes end up stealing a bounty rune apiece, while the fives are getting a bounty rune apiece as well. Well, I guess the council are going to try and help Deaths on the Axe get his blink tag as soon as possible. And maybe they can look for a couple of pickoffs. Len is also going to try and get as many levels as possible. 4 points in the Scream, a point in the Sonic Wave. But look at this. You've seen the... this is a different Buriza. They're not that side that likes to play passive until the mid-game. They're trying to contest Animal in the jungle early on. The Crush will connect. You got another Arcane Bolt firing out, and it's an easy pick-off on the Darks here. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, you also do see Buriza getting the D-ward off. So both mid laners playing with less vision to work with. And even going to clean up the jungle a little bit. MGA patiently getting his levels in the lane itself. Good move coming out from the Skybreath Mage as well as the Slaughter. Knowing that Animal on the docks here is going to be trying to catch up in the jungle, and they immediately go and take him down. This was his Animal to the larger jungle, and he's going to probably try and pick up his Soul Ring here and then maybe return to lane. Yeah, Venom just stealing bounty runes uncontested. Small net worth advantage early on in favor of Buriza. I'm not sure what you pin this down to. I guess it's the fact that Magnus hasn't died. The mid lane is sort of going even. Yeah, it's not much of a net worth lead actually. Henry giving chase closer. Wishes he was not that close really. He's gonna get skewered back. You got an Arcane Bolt. The Ancient Seal was there. It's timed off. Closer with the Glimpse. Shin comes in with the End Snare. Does a little bit of damage with the Riptide. But he's lost his buddy. And Buriza slowly finding pickoffs across the map. What? That's rotated to the mid lane. I'm not sure what this is all about. Why is he gone into the jungle? Okay, so my guess is the council are trying to split farm a little more effectively. They want the Naga Siren to get farmed and Animal is fine. Yeah, they want the Naga Siren to get farmed and eventually transition into a core. She's queued up the Arcane Boots, the Urn, as well as the Radiance. Don't see it coming all that soon, but yeah, they basically push Deaths into the jungle, who's well, he got the lane for a bit, did get his tranquil boots and his iron talent, and now he's going to jungle. This is greedy. And if Team Buriza, well, if they spotted out what's going on, they could just move into the jungle and maybe find not one but 2 kills on deaths as well as the darks here. Anyhow, Buriza, with this supports, they've been a fair bit more effective than the council. I mean, this Slaughter as well as the Skywrath Mage have been a lot more effective than, say, a Disruptor and a Naga Siren. I mean, there's not much the Disruptor can do rather than just get EXP, maybe get some stacks going and rotate with TPs as and when needed. Naga has now begun transitioning into a core. And Axe is jungling as well. So you've got basically 3 heroes trying to play a very passive game for a long period of time until they pick up any items. And I guess Team Buriza have recognized this. They're going to try and force them in the lanes as soon as possible. Take engagements because they know that the council are not moving as 5. They're all split up across the map trying to find farm. And honestly, if the council do see one of the heroes who in the lane being threatened, it's not even worth it rotating to that lane at this point. I mean, the Axe is level 5, but I'm not sure if he's going to offer enough in the form of a TP rotation. What's net worth looking like? You've got the lifesteal at top, TA and Queen of Pain close to each other rather in terms of net worth. Axe hasn't done too bad, but it's going to be a while before he gets his blink. He's invested in his iron talent as well as his tranquil boots early on. The Magnus, he's done a whole lot better than the Darks here. In fact, even the Slaughter has done better than the Darks here. Heck, the 4 position Naga has done better than the Darks here. So this isn't really a good sign for the council. I mean, if you've got a Darks here who had, well, say 10 to 15 minutes into the game isn't offering much, he's underleveled, he doesn't have points in vacuum, the mech is nowhere near. Well, it's 1 hero less for the council to work with in deep fights. I guess that's also one of the problems when you draft a team fight heavy lineup. I mean, you still do need some items to be effective. Like the Axe needs his blink. The Darkseer would love to have his mech if they're looking to 5-man. I'm not even sure this Naga Siren is going to 5-man or just AFK farm across the map. And yeah, it's going to be struggle for Closer to keep the vision going, because well, he's not just the 5, he's the 5 and the 4. The council will be really looking towards Len to rotate across the map and get the kills going. The easiest lane for him to gank right now is the Dire offlane. Magnus could be a kill. TA not going to be all that easy unless Clown K makes a silly mistake or gets caught out of position and gets some help. Anyway, Len is there. The Thunderstrike hashtag Clown K. Closer doesn't have much to work with. They don't have detection even, but here comes Deaths with an Iron Shell. They'll glimpse back Clown K. The call is there. It's on to 2. Venom dropping low. He does have the crush. Turns around, drops the crush. Side trap doing a fair bit of work, but Len jumps in, gets the quick kill. Zerisbug does manage to make a trade happen. He does bring down the support, but he will give his own life in return. It's 2 quick kills for the council, and they finally open up the scoreboard. 1 on the Skywrath Mage and 1 on the Slaughter. It's a beautiful call coming out from Deaths actually. The council need a lot more of this. I mean, they could very well be punished for the greed by just being passive and letting the Axe stay in the jungle. Because, I mean, early on in the game, you aren't getting as much from the jungle as you are from the lane. The jungle does give less EXP and less gold. I mean, just because the camps respawning every minute, it isn't the best thing to do. And it is something that's rewarding as the game goes later though. Because the EXP as well as the gold bounty for neutral creeps does scale exponentially based on the time period in the game. That's going for the Ring of Health, not rushing into the Blink, wants to hang around the lane a fair bit. And with the Iron Shell and all these items, he should be fine. Meanwhile, it looks like NGA managed to find a pick-off on the Disruptor with help coming in from the Skywrath Mage. So I missed that, folks. Clown K using the Meld to dodge the Shadow Strike. Beautiful stuff coming out from him. Yeah, Len got a taste of this versus Go Figure as well. He was playing a Queen of Pain versus an Ember Spirit, an Archmage and the Ember Spirit almost always seem to dodge the Shadow Strike with the Sleight of Fist. Venom. Well, this isn't his jungle, and Death is there with the loop around. Starts out with the Battle Hunger. Venom, he pops the sprint, the vacuum off the mark. They're giving chase with the Iron Shell onto Death. So Ian got the surge. Death takes a step too many, misses the call. Well, doesn't quite get it actually, and Venom might just end up getting caught. Death is there. The call is there as well, but it's only a level 1 call, and Venom is fine. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, they ended up losing the Queen of Pain. Good rotation coming out from Zedis Bug on the Skywrath Mage as well as the Templar Assassin. Helm feels fairly safe in this lane. Should be able to even push Jhin out of the lane if he wants to. Doesn't have the mana at the moment, but will in a bit. That's now level 6. I wonder if this is just a casual Ring of Health, or is he going to go into the Vanguard first? Animal, how's he looking in terms of levels? He's level 4. Closer on the Disruptor, who had no lane to work with, has pretty much kept up with him. Buriza. They have shown spurts of aggression, but they need a lot more of it, because if you're just going to let this game go rather slowly, the Naga's going to get farmed. There's going to be this moment in the mid game where the Council have everything they need to fight. In fact, they're not even waiting for the mid game. The vacuum will miss. You got a glimpse though on the TA, who turns around, Meld hit onto Len, who's been silenced, brought down by Clown K, and you even got NGA with the RP. Make that 2 for Team Buriza, 1 going the way of Clown K, and even Easy on the Lifestealer makes a rotation to the mid lane. Yeah, so I would just say that there is going to be this point somewhere around the 15-16 minute mark where Team Buriza have a quick power spike because of the items, namely the Blink on Deaths and a couple of levels on Len. These things are going to make a huge difference in the mid game. But yeah, Team Buriza, they're pretty confident that if the game goes later and later, they can just hold on to the structures. The Lifestealer as well as the Templar Assassin will end up scaling way beyond the Naga side and as well as the Queen of Pain. Even got a small stack for Clown K. Zedisbug catching up on some XP in the mid lane. Does have the Mystic Flare ready. Clown K building into the Deso. Not done too bad actually. He's pulling ahead in terms of net worth compared to the Queen of Pain. Council there, I mean, they're distributing gold in a really strange way. You had Death starting off on the safe lane, who wanted to make sure that he could get enough to transition into the jungle. So they started out by enabling the traditional offlaner / initiator. Then you had Jhin taking over the safe lane. And that's all because of the space created by Animal, who ended up going into the jungle. And is actually piss poor and really underleveled at this point. Team Buriza, they do want this kill on Jhin if possible. Any kill on the Naga Siren is a welcome one. Another stack for Clown K. And it looks like they're not contesting this. Instead, they're rotating to the top lane. Deaths has used the call. The Mystic Flare is there. They do end up getting the kill on Animal. They're moving on to Deaths. The open wounds might be enough. The crush is there from Venom. Another Arcane Bolt from Zetisbug, but Len comes in with the Scream of Pain, brings down the Slaughter. Deaths trying to fight. He's only got a Vanguard, no Blink Dagger just yet, but a couple of quick bottle charges coming in from Len keeps him alive. And now Easy on the Lifestealer. He's cutting his way through these trees. Closer walks in, sees him, Easy. Well, he's got the rage, turns around. There is the the silence coming out from the Skywrath, but Len does manage to blink out of it just in time. Closer holding on to the glimpse, not going to commit it just yet. The Council, they lose only the Darkseer, and everybody stays alive. They even have a Shrine to work with. They did get that quick return kill on the Slaughter. Len being at the right place at the right time. But yeah, Team Buriza, they are ignoring this Naga Siren. And well, there's that. Well, the old saying goes that if you're playing against the Naga Siren, it's all about the first 25 minutes that really matter. After that, there's not much you can do to stop her. There is a fair bit of wave clear coming up from Team Buriza. You got NGA with the Empower as well. That could help clear the Naga illusions if the Council do decide to split push and push across the map with those illusions. Jin, what's his radiance looking like? Still needs 2.8k gold to get that relic up and going. Len, what's he atomizing into? Looks like he's going for the Orchid. It will definitely be handy in controlling the Lifestealer. Speaking of control, you've got Venom with the Corrosive Haze, got the Guardian Sprint, the Crush as well. Jin sings a song. Deaths is walking in. He's thinking about it. Starts off with the Balanga on Zetisbug, and now he's going to run away. Jin's still alive. The song has timed out. The RP is there. He pulls him away from the Mystic Flare. Death's still alive through all of this, but Jin is in. Clown Kid did manage to bring him down. And HMG and Deaths, they've been trading auto attacks. You got the Corrosive Haze cutting through Axe's armor. Look at it, 4 minus 22 with the Desolator hit coming out from Clown K. It's a quick double kill for the Temple Assassin. And both the skills were of value. One on the Naga Siren, one on the Axe, and an easy safe lane tower for Team Buriza. Heck, they even try to bring down another tier 1 on the other side of the map. Well, we are reaching that phase where Team Council are going to, well, they're going to give up a couple of towers, and the laning phase might seem to come to an abrupt end. You've got Animal still searching for that mech. Len, well, he just needs the recipe, and he'd be done with his Orchid. Not done too bad, actually. But look at this, Team Buriza, they don't care. They pick up a DD rune, they move into the Rosh pit. And the Council has no idea what is going on. I really like what Team Buriza are doing. In fact, they're not even waiting for the late game. They hit a power spike before the Council with the Desolator on Clown K with the Aegis to work with. So they can force team fights and, well, there's nothing the Council can do about it. I mean, they're trying to make a trade happen. This would be nice. We could see the wraparound coming out from Team Buriza. Helm GA has TP'd, does manage to blink away. Easy was glimpsed as well. And it looks like Team Buriza will manage to hold on to that tower. Venom with the sprint surging forward. He's got the Corrosive Haze onto the Axe. They have a little bit of intel to work with. But look at this. Clown K as well as Zetisbug making the long wraparound. They're on the high ground. Clown K with that Hemel. And 2 quick hits. He's brought down closer. He's moving for more. The Corrosive Haze is there on Deaths. He has no armor to work with. You've got the concussive shot to slow him down as well. And here's the RP. It's on to 2 with the Mystic Flare. Making a double kill for Clown K. And possibly even an objective after this. The Council, well, if they are looking to take team fights, they shouldn't be taking them when they're not 5. They almost always get caught out of position as 2 or as 3, and that's not enough right now. Team Buriza making the most of their ages. They got 2 pickoffs, they got a tower. They did sort of end up losing that offlane tower, but MG has got his blink. So he has got the utility he needs and is getting closer and closer to that level 15, so that 90 gold per minute talent might kick in. Buriza with a convincing net worth lead of nearly 7.5 thousand. Yeah, 7,500 actually, what I said. And yeah, they can force these fights, and there's not much the council can do. They really need to get the items up and going. Death needs that blink ASAP. I mean, the Vanguard, it's not done much good versus the Corrosive Haze, as well as the Desolator coming out from the Temper Assassin. Got a stack to work with. So that'll bring him a fair bit closer towards his blink. Maybe put him at 1.5k. Okay. But Team Buriza, they're doing the right thing. They know that the council want to get their next set of items before they look for a team fight, but they're just going to move on to objectives. Meanwhile, mid lane, Venom with the crush, you've got the Mystic Flare, the Ancient Seal, it's more than enough. Len is gone. A glimpse also coming out from the Disruptor, a kinetic field that might zone them out, but easy, pops the rage, gives chase, closer, in a tight spot, turns around, drops the stack off, wants the TP, will not be able to. It's a double kill for Zedisbug. The man from Hyderabad has been absolutely spot on the Skybreath Mage, and they're looking for more. They see Animal underfarmed, underleveled, out of position. They've got the Desolator, but what are they waiting for? Animal does manage to get the vacuum off by MGA with the RP. He got nothing with that, but it doesn't matter. The crush is there. And yeah, Clown K ends up getting the kill. It's a bloodbath across the map, and the council, they're not too pleased with how this game is shaping up. That's getting closer and closer to his blink. What's Jin looking like in terms of items? He's not done too bad, actually. Do Team Buriza want to force high ground, though, is the question. Not sure what this is about, but Zedisbug casually types Shiva in all chat.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Venom almost jumps in, silenced immediately by Len, but will be able to disengage and maybe just go for round 2. He's got the Glimmer Cape on him. Do the council know about this? They sense that they're playing with a vision disadvantage. They've got a smoke on closer. They've got the levels as well. When are we going to see the Wombo combo coming out from them? That's getting closer and closer to that blink. Might want to sell that Iron Talon even. You either sell the Iron Talon or you give up the tower. I mean, you've already lost the tower. When do the council want to fight? That's the question. Aegis has been reclaimed. So first Aegis of the game going to Team Buriza, and they've done a whole lot with it. They've taken down all outer towers on the side of the council. So the council not playing with the best map control at this point, though. Dropping the Dire Vision, look at it. They're looking at the top lane. They're looking at access points in to the raided jungle. They're even looking around Roshan, and they did have this one ward behind the tier 2 in the mid lane. Fair bit of aggressive vision coming out from them. Venom has his own blink dagger complete, and he's going to jump in with the crush. You've got the Mystic Flare, the Ancient Seal, and it's a quick pickoff on the Queen of Pain, who would actually be looking for pickoffs herself with the Orchid.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Council once again giving up a fair bit of real estate, but still searching for that perfect team fight for them, and it might never come actually. I guess you wait for Team Buriza to come high ground, but you ideally don't want to get picked off before that. Heck, even Clown K has a completed Orchid now. She's got the lockdown necessary for the Queen of Pain. Venom on the hunt with the lifestealer in him. Council gathering in base. They've got the smoke on closer. Gone on to purchase another one. Jin does have the relic, is getting closer and closer to his radiance. It won't be too shabby a timing. Yeah, Venom did manage to spot out Jin there with his ward. Instead, he's jumping in the mid lane. He's got the axe. That's manage to buy his blink dagger, but he might end up going down. The static storm is there. The vacuum will miss. Easy makes a run for it. Team Buriza. Well, they don't get the kill that they were looking for, but Lifestealer gets glimpsed back. The kinetic field will not connect, but Jin is there with the ensnare. They've got him in place. He's been silenced as well. A sonic wave gets committed, and they finally bring down the Lifestealer. They're looking for more. Queen of Pain jumps in, takes an orchid to the face, will be brought down. It's a mystic flip from Zetisbug, along with the physical damage from Clown K, doing a whole lot of work on the council. Two-man call. Vacuum wall, you got the RP as well, but it looks like the council are still coming out on top. Sure, they did lose the Slada, but look at this. They're going to get dead for what could be a second time. Zetisbug finally ends up going down. An unstoppable streak going the way of the council. And it was a 4-for-3 exchange. In fact, they're looking for more. They've caught Jin. He does have the song. Summons a couple of illusions and is going to walk back. Team Buriza paying respect, not chasing any further. But these illusions with the radiance, yeah, Clown K is fine. Looks like his next item is going to be the BKB. Will allow him to fight in song. Will also allow him to shrug off the static storm. Closer. He's been poor for a long portion of the game. He's pretty much been the hard 6. With everybody from the council trying to farm up the jungle and pretty much the entirety of the map. The blink is on. The blink is available though on deaths, but what are they going to do with it? Len ends up going down once more. Clown K at this moment finding solo pickoffs on the Queen of Pain. He's actually 2 items ahead of the Queen of Pain. Trying to build into a BKB of her own. A use wouldn't be too bad, honestly, in the Queen of Pain. Shrug off the Ancient Seal, but hold on, they've got Jane. He wants to pop the song. The Static Storm was there as well, but easy with the magic immunity. Shrugs it off, walks it off, brings down the Naga Siren. That song doing nothing too easy on the Lifestealer there. And Team Buriza, they feel like they have enough to go high ground. I'd actually like the BKB to come out first, but yeah, Lifestealer's got Rage as well. They've got the Desolator, a couple of illusions coming out from Magnus just to draw away the creep aggro. Disable Blinks, there jumps on an illusion. What was that? Even Venom goes in with the Slada, but they don't care. They take down the tier 3. They could take down the lane of Rax. Instead, they'll bring down closer. MG8 jumps in, cancels the RP. Animal is there with the vacuum wall, but it's timid at this point. Death jumps in with the call. They've got the Sonic Wave. They're focusing a Skybreath Mage. They will get the kill. But look at the follow-up. Clown K with a quick double kill. Venom with the crush, and now the RP onto Death. Make that a triple. Clown K beyond godlike. And the council have tapped out 25 minutes in. GG is the call. I said Team Buriza would have this if it went late. In fact, they just had it at an earlier stage of the game. They got their items quicker. Their draft was a little bit more conventional, but a little bit more sensible. And ultimately, the 4 position Naga didn't work out for the council. I don't even know what position that Naga was, whether she was the 4 or whether she was the core. I have no idea. But yeah, the council, they swapped things up once more, and it hasn't worked out for them. Anyway, folks, that's it as far as Dota broadcasts go for the day. My name is Vivek. You are watching the ESL India Premiership Masters League. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Well, it just so turns out that the council from Bangladesh has suffered their second loss in the Phase 3. Already, this is the Day 2 live stream of the ESL India Premiership 2017 summer season. Phase 3 going on, and the council already 2 games down out of the 3 they've played, whereas Team Buriza goes home with a broad grin on their faces. Well played, boys. Very well played indeed. Well, ladies and gentlemen, everybody joining us on the Facebook page of ESL India and the YouTube gaming channel of ESL India. That's what we have for you guys from today, the Day 2 live stream of the Phase 3 of ESL IP. We'll be back again tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. IST when we'll start again with the best of Clash Royale, CSGO and Dota 2. And for everybody who keep on wondering how is this possible, this edition of ESL India Premiership in Brutality has been brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX and Zowie by BenQ, and organized by the lovely folks at Nodwin Gaming. So the next time we catch you guys with more esporting action from the ESL India Premiership, that is tomorrow 6:30 p.m. IST. Remember guys, it's a date. Remember to log on FB and join us on the ESL India page and the YouTube gaming channel of ESL India Premiership. We'll be waiting with the games.